Hi guys.
Hello. I got everything
Hello.
good. Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't know, is it good?
Could be. I need to actually
Oh.
lower the game volume because I'm not gonna be using that today.
I don't have any game audio either.
Yeah, I just
I
put
mean,
it
I
like
don't think
10%, and then I'm gonna put playlist. Which, give me a second. I'm gonna go back to the starting screen so I can grab it. Where is it? There you are.
Up,
Copy.
up,
Back here.
up.
Paste.
Have you figured out
Paste it.
why it's Oblivion now or no? If you haven't, I'm concerned about your well-being. No, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna put about like down that far. It should be good enough. So I got some music in the background. Okay. Well, if you wish to start us off, good friend.
Welcome, guys, to the Nerd Ensemble, the podcast where we talk about nerd stuff, which includes tech, games, anime. A lot lately VTubing.
There's just been a lot of stuff for that. Apparently, VTubers can't stop being shitty.
I don't think it's just VTubing being shitty, it's just companies also being shitty, like everything going to hell.
Pretty much. Who says we're not already there?
Like here's fun fact, like I think before Soul switched to Sol,
Holy
he
shit.
still was watching VTubing. Like that, and VTubing has been in our space for a while. It's not like we have been avoiding it. But it feels like the last like year or so, it has risen so much.
Yeah. Sure hasn't gone very well.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no.
But yeah, I am the co-host Winning Catboy, or Alex, depending on who you're talking to.
Depending on how you fancy.
And with me. Oh, you're fancy. Well,
no,
okay.
it depends on
He's
how you fancy.
today.
No, it depends on how you fancy. You could probably be
Oh.
fancy, or you could be not whatsoever. So, you know, up to you. You just call him Cat.
Yeah. I mean,
That's what I call him.
think Imp normally calls me Cat.
Yeah, no. I am
this daddy guy.
Yeah, no. I'm I have many ways to pronounce my name. The one I usually go by, Zolatil VT. So you know, there you go. Well, you don't have to say the VT if you don't want to. It's just there because obviously fucking the normal name is taken. That makes sense. But yeah, no. Hello. Most people just call me Zol. You can go with that, since it's too confusing for everybody else.
Yeah. You can also call him Fred.
No.
I mean,
you know, it's bad enough that one time you said that and somebody literally believed you that was my actual name. Someone's like, "Oh, your name's Fred?" Like, no, it's not. He's just saying shit. It's like, oh, I thought he was being serious. I thought it was your actual name. Like, no, it's not Fred. Even then, I'm not going to tell you what my actual name is. But still, it's not it. I will go ahead and let you know straight, like, actually, that isn't it, but I won't give you the real one.
Oh, it's still a funny shit. Like, if I got so to believe that your name is Fred, I feel like that's a win by itself.
That someone actually believed you.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Okay, well, just a note for both of our sides. On my side, I just have a little bit of the Cobblemon server in the background. The one for me and friends. So there you go. That's what I'm playing in the background. And Sweet's playing. Are you still playing Oblivion? Because I heard you were doing some other stuff also.
Oh, I was playing Tribal Wars on my on on the side.
Oh.
Do you remember Tribal Wars or no?
It sounds familiar, but I don't know much about it. I don't remember much about it. What the fuck is this?
It's one of those you build your own.
What
Well,
is that? What
you
the?
build your city and then you attack other people.
What in the world is this? I have not played on the server or on this world in a while, and there is a tunnel, like a giant ass fucking tunnel going through the mountain. What is this?
Well, that could be JC.
Possibly, but I don't know. Like I don't know who all has been around this area.
I also think Sartana does stupid shit like that. So
Wow. Okay, just calling Sartana fucking stupid. I see. Holy shit.
no, I said they do stupid shit.
Yeah, they do
Doesn't mean
stupid.
they're
Yeah. Okay.
stupid.
Well, okay. If you said that they do stupid shit like this, it's like why just saying some bad shit about them. Okay, no, this is Sartana's place. I can tell you that right now, and there's a very fucking good reason. There's a cow tower here. This is Sartana's place. Oh god, alright, well. Beyond that point, okay, let's move on. God damn it. Oh. Alright, and there's another tunnel? Oh, I guess that's a mining tunnel. I don't know. Alright, where's my phone? I can pull up the fucking topics.
I should probably do the same because I can pretend I know what I'm doing.
You know what you're doing? Wow.
No, I
Surprise, surprise.
pretend I'm. Oh shit, we're gonna start with like one of the worst topics. Only because
I wouldn't say worse, but it's gigantic as fuck.
I know that, like
There's a lot of well, I didn't think there was gonna be much else in April. It was one of the bigger topics, but apparently fucking April exploded and there's so many damn shit to talk about. So much stuff people have done this fucking month. Like, why? What is wrong with all of you?
Yeah, and by the way, guys, we technically have more topics that on our list that we're not doing this month because holy fuck, everything just happened in like 2 months.
Yeah. Also, ooh,
Like,
okay, they have a zombie farm here. Anyway, back to the point.
Okay, I need to figure out where my bed is. Here, okay, I'm gonna sleep in my bed. Bam.
All right. Well, all right. So yeah, to start us off, one of the first things that happened this month that happened the day after we did the last TNA. We debated on whether or not we should actually include it. You know, just like wait a couple days and include it, but we decided now we'll just wait for the next month. We should not have done that.
I think it was because we also wanted to do April 1st devastation.
Yeah, we were really.
It was like a
set on that. There's a whole thing with it, but
assaulted by ghost. See, this is why you don't buy a manor for 5,000 gold.
Alright, but okay, so the first thing that happened was the Nintendo Direct for the Switch 2. That was on April 2nd. So yeah. I'm gonna speed run through this as much as I can of stuff that they announced. So the first thing that was mentioned was Mario Kart World, which is basically just a gigantic, I would say, open world Mario Kart game. That is essentially what they have. It is Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. I'll just say, so I don't know why that it's Nintendo. Fucking just make it a bit longer. It essentially has dynamic weather and time. You can drive anywhere. You can drive between courses. They have a whole like cross-country mode for that. It has up to 24 players, and it will release the same day as Switch 2. And then they added a game chat feature, which looks like a Discord knockoff, except the fact that it has like 5 fucking frames apparently. Like when you're sharing your screen, the fucking frame rate is like 5 FPS. It fucking sucks. The Switch itself has a microphone on it. I think you can also add it in other ways. There's other ways to do that. Like I said, has screen sharing. The little C button that has been on the new Joy-Cons, everyone's been wondering what that's about. That is a chat menu. So you open that up, it opens up a menu specifically for that. It will be free to use until March 31st, 2026, and then it will require an online membership. So we get it for an entire year, and then after that, it will cost money. I guess that's a way to, stress test it. Uh, Also, they mentioned a Switch 2 camera that can be used with game chat. Let's see. Can be used in game chat as only camera feed, or will have green screen / game specific effects. So it can like cut you out and like you can have like little backgrounds behind you and whatnot. Apparently any USB camera will work. It's just that this is like the official one, so apparently any of them will work. Don't exactly know. Available same day as Switch 2. You could apparently game share, quote unquote. So where it's let's see, temporarily share one game across up to 4 devices, can be used on Switch 2 or Switch 1. Online support, only compatible with select titles via software update. Exclusive Switch 2 games can only be shared to other Switch 2. So there's that. Is that the other thing I was wanting to look at? Or is that further down? Let me look real quick. Make sure I didn't combine them both.
I don't know.
I'm having to scroll down to find out. If I have a dedicated section to it, I won't talk about it just yet. No, I don't think I do. Okay, so basically that's the same as like that virtual card thing that was mentioned beforehand. I think we mentioned it last time. So essentially it's going to be like that. I think that's already out right now. Because I do remember there was a new update for Switch 1 where a lot of this has been talked about. So, stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, apparently that's with the game sharing thing. It's more like physically, but maybe online will work eventually. To where you can do it online. Not really sure about that. Switch 2 itself. Oh boy, I listed all the fucking specs. We're gonna be here a minute.
Okay, we don't need to talk about the specs.
Okay, I'm going to go through the highlights of the specs. 1080p screen. It's 120 FPS with the compatible games only. It is LCD. People were kind of pissed about that. People wanted it to be OLED. It is not. It is LCD. It has HDR support. The Joy-Con 2 are magnetic, so they attach magnetically. The side buttons that are on the Joy-Cons, they're bigger now. For fuck's sake, the control stick is apparently bigger. Cool note, I guess.
They really like it big, huh?
The Joy-Con 2 controllers can apparently also be used as a mouse with a compatible game, so you can use it as if it's a mouse. So turn it on its side. It has the built-in mic, like I mentioned before, for game chat. Has noise cancellation built in, 3D audio. The stand has complete angle control now, so you can put it however the hell you want to. There's not like specific presets. Has 2 USB-C ports so that you could use the other, like say the top USB port for like accessories and shit, or I guess just to flip it upside down. I don't know, depending on the way you want to dock it, shit like that. Has 256 gigabytes of internal storage, which is 8 times what the original Switch had. Switch 2 dock can go up to 4K resolution and external HDR support for, monitors that have that. Has a built-in fan, because obviously it's going to run hot for doing so. Can play compatible Switch 1 games, physical or digital, so there are some Switch 1 games where it will not work on the Switch 2. I don't know, we don't know what that is yet, because obviously the damn thing's not out yet. I want to note this, though. It's kind of interesting that everyone's just like, oh, hey, Switch 2 is probably not going to be all that great for many different reasons. Turns out, well, I don't know. There's a... Fettig can apparently do up to 4K 120, or at the very least 4K 60. Like, yeah. Oh, no, I think that's it. 4K 60, 1080p 120. I think that's what they're trying to go for.
With what?
Their games. Like that. That's the how a Switch can run the games.
Yeah. Holy fuck, yeah, it's so much.
That's gonna be a lot. Okay. They have apparently a. I'm gonna try to go through this as quick as I can. It's okay. They're apparently gonna have like a welcome sort of game. It costs money though. It's supposed to teach you everything about it. It apparently costs money. Why the fuck? I don't know why. Switch 2 cartridges give you the same shape as Switch 1. It's not like DS to 3DS where they had a little nub. Same shape. It's red and it has faster read speeds. Cool. SD cards. You can only use an SD Express card, which honestly good for them because SD cards are fucking slow as shit. So neat. Pro 2 controller. They're gonna make another one. Has a fucking audio jack. Neat. Switch 2 portion of website. Yeah, okay. Launch date. Okay, so it's gonna be June 5th is when the Switch 2 comes out, is what I believe that I put that down as. So, cool. There's apparently 3 different versions of games. Switch 2 game specifically, Switch 1 that's compatible, and Switch 2 Edition, which is a Switch 1 game that's been upgraded. So there's that. I'll just list the games in this case. They announced Super Mario Party Jamboree Switch 2 Edition, so they're upgrading it, and it has a whole new mode called Jamboree TV. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom got Switch 2 editions, so they'll have like better resolution frame rates. That's cool. Apparently a Zelda Notes on the Switch app, so it just has a lot of stuff. Voice memory, navigation, blah blah blah, all that other shit. I don't know. Seems cool. I guess you can also apply your amiibo on your phone. It'll go through there. I don't know how that's going to work. And also auto build sharing in Tears of the Kingdom, so you can share those with other people online. Neat. Kirby the Forgotten Land has a Switch 2 edition with plus a exclusive DLC. They had a trailer for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. A gameplay trailer this time. Looks fucking good if you ask me. Will be 4K 60 FPS with the dock and 1080p 120 FPS otherwise. So, it's pretty cool. It will be Switch 1 and Switch 2. Also has mouse controls. Pokemon Legends ZA. Wait, what?
What? I'm behind a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm caught up.
Okay. Like I said, I'm sprinting through these. I know it's a bunch of like, I'm yelling off a bunch of stuff. We're barely talking about it. We'll give an overall summary once I'm done, like what we think.
At least with games we can do that.
Yeah. Pokemon Legends ZA. It's gonna have a Switch 1 and 2 version. All games will also have all the games I just mentioned will have physical and digital versions. They can all be upgraded via an upgrade pack, which according to according to it is apparently all those upgrade packs can be like $10. So like some are gonna be for free if you have a Switch membership, and some will just be like $10 to upgrade. So no biggie there, in my opinion. They announced some mouse control games. One called Drag X Drive, which I think is kind of cool because it's basically like it's basketball, but it's like robots with like wheelchairs, and it's like, you know what, that actually looks kind of cool. Also nice stuff. They announced Elden Ring is coming to the Switch 2, so there's that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever I get a Switch 2, honestly, I want to see how fucking bad Elden Ring is on the Switch.
It looked decent in the gameplay trailer, but who knows?
Yeah, but remember, they wanted to look good. Except
Right.
maybe the game.
I wonder how the open world's gonna be, because that might be kind of shitty. Let's see. Hades 2. They announced that with more info later. Street Fighter 6 will be there with local wireless play. Let's see, some modes exclusive to Switch 2. And we'll also have amiibo figures. Demon X Machina Titanic Scion, what the fuck that is. Split Fiction will release for it on the same day. EA Sports shit, FC, Madden, NFL, if you're into that. Hogwarts Legacy will release on the same day with mouse control support. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 in the summer. Hitman World of Assassination, same day. They announced Project 007, which is, they're making a James Bond game, so that actually sounds really cool. I'm excited for that. Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD remaster. So they're remastering Bravely Default from the 3DS onto the Switch. So cool. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut has new cutscenes, same day release. Another Hyrule Warriors game was announced, Age of Imprisonment, which is a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom, which is part of the Imprisoning War. If you don't know what the hell that is, play the game, figure it out. Switch Online will have Switch 2 support. I don't know why I put that. I guess just like, hey, there'll be a Switch 2 on the Switch 2. You can play the Switch Online retro games. GameCube games will be coming to the expansion pack only for Switch 2. They announced so far that Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, F-Zero GX. Those are the ones that were talked about initially. Those are going to be on there. They'll have multiplayer local or online. It's apparently going to have higher image quality or resolution. You can change the controls, you can remap it how you want to. It'll release the same day as Switch 2. I swear, it's basically just going to be it's going to be like, oh, hey, we have our own emulator thing. It's just how it is. I don't know, just fucking bump graphics. All right, assholes. More titles that were announced that were going to be coming later is Super Mario Sunshine, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness, Super Mario Strikers, Chibi Robo Plug-in Adventure, Luigi's Mansion, and Pokemon Colosseum. So those are games that are expected to be on the GameCube side of things. Kind of hate that it's only going to be Switch 2 because I feel like the Switch 1 can absolutely handle GameCube games. It is basically like an Android architecture, and phones around that same specs can play GameCube games, so that's kind of dumb.
Hey, they have to sell the console somehow.
Right? Okay, there's going to be a dedicated GameCube controller that is going to release on the same day, is going to sell out also on the same day and not be available forever after that, because that's how all the other controllers have been. Deltarune Chapters 1 and 2 were announced to come to it, and also they announced that 3 and 4 will also be there as well when those come out. Like, normally come out. Borderlands 4 will be there. Sid Meier's Civilization 7. WWE 2K, NBA 2K, Survival Kids, whatever that is. Enter the Gungeon 2, they announced that. It'll have a 3D art style. So, it's cool. Starseeker Astroneer Expedition, so basically an Astroneer sequel. Cyberpunk. This is an interesting one. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, same day release. Apparently they got it to where it's 60 gigabytes onto a single cartridge. And it has the base game and the Phantom Liberty DLC all on the same cartridge, all running on the Switch 2. How the fuck did they manage that? I'm very curious how this thing is gonna run when it releases.
Listen, it's not the same fucking graphic it has on the
No, I imagine not,
PlayStation
obviously, but I'm just saying I wonder how good it's gonna be, because if it's good enough, I'm in, man. That sounds great. Imagine like 30 FPS, but still, that still seems pretty good. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, that'll be coming too. Kunitsugami Path of the Goddess, okay. Hollow Knight Silk Song, they announced that finally after everyone just like, what has it been, years since the last time that they mentioned that? So, yep, they put out another trailer. It's like, hey, that's coming out 2025. Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar, Goodnight Universe, 2 Point Museum, Wild Hearts S, Witchbrook, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2S, Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, I mentioned that before, I actually think that'd be kind of nice, Star Wars Outlaws, Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening, Complete Edition, Fast Fusion, Shadow Labyrinth, Raida, I don't know how to pronounce that, Remastered, The Mystery of the Soulless Army, No Sleep for Kaname, yeah, whatever the fuck that, a lot of the games that we mentioned in the last one, Reanimal, Fortnite, of course, Arcade Archives 2, Ridge Racer, Professor Layton, The New World of Steam, Tamagotchi Plaza, Human Fall Flat 2, Dusk Bloods. Okay, this is something. The Dusk Bloods from Software. Yeah, it's in the world of Bloodborne, possibly a sequel-esque thing, and everyone's just like, oh, hey, this might be a fucking Bloodborne 2. It's apparently a multiplayer game, so it's essentially you play as people from the world of Bloodborne, and you're playing multiplayer, like PvP. That's what it seems like it is. It's like, oh. I was excited there for a second, like, hey, are we getting Bloodborne finally on another console? No. Are we getting a sequel? Probably no. I don't know what this is. And apparently it might be exclusive to Switch 2. Legitimately, like on no other platform whatsoever, which is kind of stupid. They apparently made another Kirby Air Riders game. That was an old GameCube game, I believe. So now I have a sequel. Donkey Kong Bonanza okay. Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is going to be a sort of Odyssey-style 3D platformer. And it'll have destructible environments. Everything is just... You can destroy everything in the game. So, cool. Also, there are 2 hardware options. There is the base, which is $400, I think. Isn't that right? Or $500? No, I forget what it is. It's like $400 or $500. I think it's $5. I think it's $450 is the base, and then there's base that also includes Mario Kart World, which is whatchamacallit?
500.
Yeah, 500.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, they just add $50 more, which is technically a steal, because something I didn't mention within all of that is that the AAA games are going to be $80. So yeah, we'll get more into that once we get to it. That is the end of me fucking speedrunning this Switch 2 Direct. But I will say, starting with this is like, yeah, no. I guess we can just move straight into that topic. Is that yeah, no? It's basically saying that all this stuff's gonna be like roughly $80, and that's gonna be a little rough considering no one's gonna be able to afford that shit. But yeah, I don't know what other games were announced to be that specifically, but Mario Kart World especially is gonna be 80. The physical is probably gonna be 90 because they always charge like $10 more for it, so that's gonna be shitty. So of course it's like, you know, if you want to spend less money, you still want to buy the Switch 2, then you're probably gonna want to get that one that, you know, includes Mario Kart World with it, so you get a little bit whatchamacallit. So you at least get less money. You save $30. So I guess that works. But yeah, no. Switch 2. Overall thoughts with all that craziness. I am, like I said, I am kind of surprised in a sense that they did go quite a bit up, you know, in terms of performance, because Switch itself was like, what, 2014, I think? And even for its time was underpowered. Like, you know, way below current specs, or like way below what it would come down to. There was a lot of like third-party developers trying to port their games from other consoles to the Switch, and it was like really rough-looking ports because it's like it's way underneath what it was. And then you had actual, you know, AAA shit like fucking Pokemon, and their games usually looked like shit. Arceus wasn't that bad, but everything else was. So it's like everything else just they could do better, because then you had like Xenoblade Chronicles, and that shit looked actually pretty decent. Then you had Pokemon. It's just like, come on, buddy, you could do better.
I mean,
before we get into that rabbit hole, it's like, yeah, one can say, oh, it's an art style. It's like, no. There's an art style, and then they're just fucking terrible. There's a difference.
Again, Arceus was great, like, and the game actually ran.
Yeah, it could run better. It did have a bit of frame dropping in areas, but still, it wasn't bad. Like, you know, it still did pretty decent. And I thought from that point, whenever Arceus came out, I was like, oh, so this is like graphically where we're gonna be at with the future Pokemon games then. At least, like, you know, if they could do this, they could do that at least with the rest of the games. Not necessarily the playstyle, obviously, but just graphically, it would be there. No, they peaked immediately. They could not get it any better. Even Legends ZA doesn't even look as good, which is shocking because it's technically a sequel.
It's meant to be on the Switch too.
Yeah. Also that too. It's supposed to be on the Switch too. I don't know. I'm one of those in favor of the fact it's like, if you're gonna have a multi-generational game, don't have it be something you're trying to I don't know, it's like Pokemon, for example. It's like, yeah, it kind of sucks that a Pokemon game would be immediately put as exclusive on a newer console. It's like, oh, well, I can't play it then with the game with this console I've had for almost 10 years, over 10 years. It's like, oh shit, like, well, I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
At least CA is not exclusive, but
yeah, but at the same time, it's like I kind of feel like it should be, just because like it would give them the extra push they need. Like, it would give them that extra push to be like, hey, now we can actually like graphically make it better. It's that they have to make it worse for the other console. It's like, well, fuck. It's like the same argument whenever Xbox was making a bunch of games. It's like, oh, like you could play this on your Xbox One or your Series X console. It's like, yeah, that just makes it where you have to dumb it down for them.
I think the issue though in general having it's like, because not everyone's gonna afford the new generation of consoles directly.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, no, that's always a problem. I mean, I before anyone comes at me and just like, oh wow, all right, Mr. Richie Rich, you can fucking afford all this shit like we can't. It's like, hey, trust me, I can't either. I'm probably not gonna be able to get a Switch 2 for over like 1 to 2 years, maybe 3, because there's no fucking way I could afford any of that shit. But I'm just saying that it's like, if you want a game to be better, you can't keep holding it back. Maybe at least that this is the you know, the first games to release on the Switch 2. Maybe it's okay, but you at least want it. I mean, I would say more so it's like the games that are first releasing for it. You want it to actually like show off how good a console is. You can't just have a top of the line game be like, hey, here you go. it still looks sort of crappier from the last generation because it's on the last generation too. So what can we do about it? It's like, eh. At the very least, I mean, I guess it's fine because you have whatchamacallit, you have with it being on the Switch 2 as well, it's like, it'll get better frame rates and graphics and shit, but I don't know.
Basically,
Graphics in the
they're
sense of
actually fucking
resolution.
tricking you. Like, 'cause here's an issue. This is an issue with people in general nowadays. I'm just gonna say something that a lot of people are gonna probably get mad at, but people care too much
We're about
about
to cancel.
graphics.
We're about to Switch's about to get canceled in the tech
I
community.
mean,
I'll say this: graphics, yeah, it depends for me. It's just like it mostly depends. I'll say this: Scarlet and Violet was one of those situations of it's not really about graphics at that point. It's just fucking shitty in terms of looks. Like, they really dropped the ball with that one. That one is heavily agreed across the community. Even Sword and Shield had some issues, but at the very least, Scarlet and Violet, what the fuck happened, buddy? What happened there?
here's the thing. It's not even the graphic looking terrible. Do you know what stage is? It's not running.
I mean, there's that
On
too,
the
but
console, it's meant
it's
to be
both.
running on.
I mean, there's that, but it's both, really.
Yeah, but when it comes to graphics, people are gonna be like, "Hey, you should only buy the console because it has better graphics." Like, no. If you're gonna buy a new console, it's because you want the game from the console.
Yeah.
Often, like that's.
I will say at the very least,
And
maybe not graphics, but when it comes to like frame rate, that at least I understand getting a newer console for because shit can run a little bit better. I mean, hell, look at I'll say Tears of the Kingdom for example. At least in like the sort of certain areas, like the starting area and also a few other places, the frame rate is just pretty much shit. Like it's honestly kind of shit. Oh, that reminds me actually. When they were showing off the Breath of the Wild thing, the really funny thing that everyone caught on to is that they were showing off their better frame rate in specific areas because they knew. Because like, okay, so whenever you try to emulate the game on either a Switch emulator or the Wii U emulator, there are specific areas in the game where it runs like shit, where like your frame rate will dip considerably. So that could be Zoro's Domain, Kakariko Village, the Great Plateau, and a few other places like that. Like those places will run kind of. Oh, and whatever, Lost Woods, Croc Forest, that place, whatever. All those places run kind of shittily, and the funny thing is, those were the exact places that were shown off in the trailer. Because they knew it's like, hey, these places probably run pretty bad in our game. Let's show you how they run now. It's just like, oh, those motherfuckers, they know. Like, that was actually kind of funny for me. It's just like, okay. Like, they know what people are going to wonder. They've watched too many of the things. They'll DMCA some people and just be like, hey, actually, hold on a minute. Like, that just shows that we need improvement in this area. Cool, let's do that. And then also, ask them for $1 million because they are, quote-unquote, stealing our shit. But
yeah, and the kid in the basement has the $1 million. Don't forget that.
Right. But yeah, no, you got all that kind of stuff, and I don't know. I don't know. My point is just like there's a lot when it comes down to it. It's like it'll be beneficial for having these extra frame rates. So that part's at least nice.
Yeah, frame rate I can understand.
Graphics, it depends. It's like, okay, I'll say to get it up to where it's like, hey, having the 1080p on the device, that's kind of neat. That's kind of cool. Like, that ain't that bad. Yeah. I mean, having up to 4K, it's like, I feel like you're just kind of pushing a little. It's just like, honestly, I don't care that bad, but this is me who also doesn't own a 4K device. I mean, I have a monitor TV. I don't have one of those. Granted, there's a 4K one in the living room, but I don't use it, obviously. I don't put my shit in there to go play 4K shit. I don't really care for that. I don't really try to get to that point. I'm more of a frame rate person, which is why my monitor goes up to 240. It's like, yeah, I care more about that than I do about graphics.
Yeah, I have 140 in mine. 144 frames in my new monitor I got from my friend. And I'm like, yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah. Question is, did you enable it?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people who actually don't know when they get these like higher, uh,
They
like
forget to enable it.
it's
Yeah,
like
I
yeah,
know.
they get all these like higher frame rate shit. It's like, oh yeah, cool. Because like there's a funny clip. Speaking of like, we'll get into VTuber drama later, but this isn't drama. It's like Shy Lily, where she she went years with having a monitor which I think is 165 hertz. I think that's what she had. She went years still on the 60 hertz area, like that's all she had it on. And then someone told her it's like go into your settings and turn it on. Considering this is a bit of a tech podcast thing, I'll go ahead and let you know. Go into your settings, go into display, scroll down to graphics, advanced, and there should be an option saying refresh rate. Click it, change it to your higher refresh rate. Congratulations. If it's not showing up in there, then if you go to your GPU control panel thing in AMD or NVIDIA, there's an option there too. So, yeah. Congratulations, you have your higher frame rate monitor. Make sure it's turned on.
No.
Because there's so many people. It's just like, for her, she's like, oh my god, it's so fucking smooth now. It's just like, yeah, that's what happens when you actually have the option turned on. It's like, damn, there's a lot of people who don't actually know about that. It's like, oh, well, I mean, it doesn't just come immediately on. You have to tell your computer to render it.
Yeah. But to a degree, I can understand people miss because it's like you expect.
I guess they expect
So
out of the
just
box. It's like, you put it on, plug in the monitor, it's just going to go on immediately. It's like, not all the time. You usually have to tell it. That's like, for if someone's going to put together a computer and they put their RAM in, they're like, oh, hey, you just expect like, hey, this RAM has faster speed. It's just going to work, right? Like, you kind of have to tell your computer to activate that higher speed. Otherwise, it won't do it. Which is usually called like XMP or something in the BIOS.
We get Steam that doesn't still understand that you can run higher speeds.
Yeah, then you have Steam, which is like, oh hey, you have we're just gonna give you this like really fucking slow download, and it's like, bro, you realize I have like quite a bit, right? I have a gigabit. Can you not utilize that? No.
What's that? I don't understand it.
Goo? What? Are you a baby? What are you talking about? What is this gig? I mean, hell. I don't know. Should be crazy.
Yeah. Wait, did I complete the mage quest? Yes! I can finally join the mage guild. On the one character, I'm not a mage. I got expelled on my mage character. It's funny, guys. I have two characters, and one of them got expelled. That's a mage. The guy I made a mage. He got expelled because I apparently stole something from them. I didn't even know I stole something, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But yeah. Also, when it comes to the price of the Switch, yeah, no, it's too expensive. Also, I just realized something. We have not started the stage. Yay! Wait, I'm confused. Oh, this is I went the wrong way. Yeah, when it comes to the price of the Switch, no, like, here is the thing that people don't understand. People that says that like it has to, like, I think some people are defending the price a little bit, or at least if you bought it, you definitely defended the price. What people don't understand is, like, when it comes to consoles, all the consoles we have ever, when it comes to Nintendo specifically, they're consoles. was the ones you bought because they were cheap. They were not the expensive ones normally. If you want an expensive console, you bought a PlayStation or an Xbox. They were the expensive ones. They were the ones that was up in the higher range. Like, yes, maybe for 450 is not expensive in overall, but that remember this is 450 bucks in America. America is stupid because they add tax after the fact, after you've gone into bought the console and stuff. Not while you're in the store, like they don't have it pre-set that hey, this is what it costs. In Sweden or in Europe, our tax is already accounted for. Like, so if I go buy something in the store, I get the exact price I need to pay for it. In America, what I want to say is like, I think it also depends on the state, but you get like a certain amount. So if you buy something for like $100, it's maybe 120 because you, or well, I think it's less, but you know, I think it depends on state, I guess. States are stupid. But yeah, no, like it depends on what you need. What am I meant to do now when I'm done here? I don't know. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Because I think my friend told me that the Switch in Sweden is gonna be around 600 bucks. Which, yeah, it's fucking. Yeah.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah,
had to go through a little phone call there, but I was vaguely listening to most of what you're talking about, mainly the Switch 2 prices.
Yeah, and how like, I don't know what is the, because as I said, in America it's stupid with the tax stuff because you're not paying 450 for your Switch. It's definitely way more.
It's
But
probably gonna be more, yeah, at least like 500-isk.
yeah, and I think as I said, it's 600 in Sweden, apparently. And as I said, it's when it comes to console, the Nintendo was the cheap one of all the consoles.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, granted, I guess, you know, trying to join in with the rest of the folks, it's like, it's gonna be that way. It's gonna be a little bit. I mean, granted, a panel, you know, in the Switch itself, having the screen go up to 120 FPS, like, on there, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a problem. It's like, that is gonna be pretty costly.
I mean,
So I guess I kind of get it.
Yeah. But then we get to the game prices, which there's an issue. Like, I barely, like, the only time I buy like a game for 90 bucks is if it's like the deluxe edition or like a special edition that gives me a lot of shit. But if it's the base game, I'm not gonna pay fucking 90 bucks for a simple game. And guys, for your information, that is I don't know if it's also there, but you have two prices for the Switch.
Yeah, I mentioned that.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, the price for Switch games is 90 bucks if you want them physically. If you don't want them physically, well then they're not. Then you get it's only 80 bucks, which That's also stupid. You like actually no actually it. Here's the thing. My friend always says oh shit. That buying what's it called physical game is more expensive, but technically it's not. It's the same price as buying a digital game most of the time. Which, in a sense, I don't understand how that is logical. Like they are losing out money on physical games if they do that, because you need to buy the disc to put the game on it. So it's like, yeah, it's weird, but
Yeah, digital games being expensive never really makes much sense.
yeah,
Physical
it's
media
like,
should
why is
cost
it-
more. So I do get that already physical media costs more than digital, but I don't understand why digital still costs so much as it is. I think in general, if we're gonna go for like this whole scenario, I think that we should have like, if you want it to be 80, fine. I don't agree with that, but fine, have that be the physical price, and the digital maybe 50 or 60, maybe even 40. I don't know. It depends.
Yeah,
Depends on how
like,
much the game has on it. So if it's like a huge open world, extreme game, then maybe 60.
Elden Ring.
And if it's new, yeah. So it's like maybe 60ish, maybe a bit above, but like that'll be fine. And if it's like lesser, just like a little small linear game, like whatever else, 40.
Yeah, like depending on how long it is, like guys, they literally remastered a game. They actually released what was it, Clair Obscur, which is I think it's an indie game, because I think the studio is just an indie studio that made it,
I have no
and the
idea.
game is $50.
I should quit. Yeah, and then you have the fact that Bethesda remastered Oblivion fucking perfectly, might I add. And
Yeah.
they go, wait, is that one of the topics? Is Oblivion?
Yeah,
Like,
it is. We can actually have that.
you know, we
top-
just, I mean, if we want, we can just go straight into that because, like, honestly, it's worth. But so yeah, they basically like remastered the game almost fucking perfectly to the point to where it's like, yeah, no, I'll say almost, because there's a slight issue in the fact that they used Unreal Engine 5 as the graphics layer, and that alone, it's still buggy, it's still janky, it's not very well optimized. So in the open world, it could be a little bit like frame drops and shit. It's not great, but it can work in some cases if you don't try to get max graphics out of it.
Yeah. You cannot do alchemy properly.
Yeah. In a sense, it's like, but it's like underneath, it's still the original game, just with like bonuses. So like, UI has been completely redone. The combat feels much better. As you said, alchemy actually fucking works. A bunch of other shit. It's just like, yeah, there's like, quality of life stuff added to it, but also mainly just the game is still the same. Like even like, the goofy voice acting and all that other shit, the way NPCs act, so all of your favorite Oblivion clips can still happen. All of it it's still 100% possible, and it has happened. There's been people who have recreated moments. I'm still waiting for someone to recreate Farewell. That one needs to be done. But
Yeah. I mean,
you can do that.
that's the thing, like, most of the game is still to the core. Like they have not changed. They have changed, I think, game breaking bugs is the only thing they.
Yeah, basically
actually-
game breaking bugs, but otherwise everything else is still there. So for example,
Well, and then they added, as I say, alchemy breaking, the whole crash in the game at random,
yeah, but
which is fucking annoying.
I haven't had an issue with it so far. But
I have had it.
I will say that there is I didn't even know about this from back in the day at all, because obviously I didn't play it, so like I never heard anyone talk about it. But then like as I was like sitting there trying to deal with, okay, the lockpicking system is honestly kind of annoying because it's not perfect. in the sense that, you know, that's just how it was back then. You know, the kids were the same, but you know, it wasn't perfect to where it's like, you know, you can get it to a fine, you know, you can get down to a fine point, do it good every time. It's a lot of finagling and shit, no matter which one you try to do. And I just find it hilarious that the exploit for where all you have to do is set your first tumbler, like set the first one, and then just keep hitting. If you're on PC, hit space, and I don't know what it is for controller, but basically just like keep hitting set, like set tumblers. So just keep hitting that button constantly. Don't stop. It will level you up. It will keep leveling you up and giving you experience for it. So within like maybe 10, 15 minutes, I went from like security level, I'd say 20 to 100. Just like right then and there. I'm like, well, all right. And it basically makes it to where it's like once you get to 50, then you it's like what is it? 2 won't drop or something. Or it's, you know, it goes from like, you know, 1 won't drop, then 2, and then it's like, you know, only 1 will drop. So, you know, if you fail it, so it's like, you know, the tumblers will drop back down and reset. So in this case, like once you get to the max level, it's like only 1 thing will drop. And actually, I think it even gets to where it's like none will drop.
Yeah,
so
that's what makes it when you have mastered it, nothing drops.
Yeah, it's like you fail, it's like whatever, keep going. I mean, you break a lockpick, but
Also,
keep going.
Guide security actually is useless for 2 reasons. One is that you can get the skeleton key, which
there is that, but
here's the fun fact: the skeleton key exists in Skyrim, but it removes your leveling. You can't level with it if you use it.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, so you have to literally take that as a thing. But in Oblivion, it just sets your security to 100. So you can't level up your security at all if you have it.
I mean, okay, yeah, there's all that kind of stuff, and that one makes sense. But I'd say for people who don't know like where to find it or even don't want to look it up to get to that point, just like, you know what, just it's all good. So why not? Just load up real quick, go through the game, don't even care anymore. You know, don't waste your time doing it, but, you know, just set aside like 20 minutes of your day to just keep spamming the button. You're good. And hey, you know, a lot of controllers these days have decent range, so you could probably just sit there and like keep mashing the button, walk over and go do some other stuff. As long as you just keep having that. Or if you have like a, you know, sort of like a pro controller or something like that. Or yeah, if you're on a computer, you can install a macro program and just have it automatically do it by itself. And just have it sit there and you can just go walk away. Walk away, do whatever you want.
Here's the thing, I can cheat that system only because, like, so I can do that with my mouse. So if I set whatever that thing is for the mouse, I mean, I'm just saying I could.
Yeah. You can technically also, don't want to make it too crazy, just fucking like set a macro that will automatically make you run back and forth or walk back and forth, and your athletics will just go up after quite a while. It's like, just let it walk around for a little bit and then just go do something else for a little while. It's like, hey, you come back, athletics is gonna be pretty high.
Yeah.
Let's hold on, I gotta switch the battery on my headset. It is dying.
Yeah, as people might know, I'm playing Oblivion on my
it
side.
Is hot as fuck in this room, so whenever we're done with this, I have to shut off my computer completely and turn on my AC so it can cool down in here.
But yeah, guys, if I'm playing Oblivion on my side on my stream, and
yeah, if you want to go check out, like, you know, how exactly they did the remaster, go check out Sweet Side, and yeah, you'll see how that's turning out.
I am at the moment playing on the Series S, so it's not as good as you probably would see if you watch.
Yeah, if you watch somebody on like Series X or on a PC.
Yeah,
like for me, for example, I have a.
I'm gonna buy it when I get cash.
All right. I'll probably buy it. I'll probably buy it on Steam. Yeah.
No, because it has to play it anywhere on Xbox.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying I
So-
would rather I'd probably play it on Steam so I
What
can
the
play
dog
it
doing?
on on my Steam Deck because I can apparently run on the Steam Deck at like 30 lowest settings, but like 30 FPS. So I'm in for that. I'm in for that.
Yeah. Only reason I want it on the Xbox is so I can keep my save.
Makes sense.
That's like the only reason I.
I would say in my case, I'd probably just have it on Xbox for gameplay or for stream's sake, and then like I would actually make my own character on Steam if I bought it there, and just like play it my own way.
I mean, I have both my character, the character I play on my own time on Steam.
There's that, but also if the saves are compatible, if it's just the same like save format, then you could probably like download the version on your computer, and even if it runs like absolute shit, just like have it go in the game so it gets your save file, and then go to the folder, back up that save, and if you got it on Steam, then you can just move it over. It's like, here you go. Now your save's over on Steam if it works that way.
Yeah.
There's probably like ways to get
There's-
that to work.
One thing that's bad, I think, well, apparently people got around it, but one thing that's really bad, apparently, is that they removed modding.
Hmm.
But apparently also they find ways to go around that, because apparently they just slapped Unreal on top of the old engine. They didn't actually change the old engine too much. They just slapped the old stuff on, or the new stuff on top of the old stuff. So it's like,
Hmm.
yeah, doesn't make sense. But
Modding's gonna be a little bit
Fun.
weird, but eventually, it'll go pretty well. So there's that. Clyde has told us to hydrate.
So
Also, what, Clyde?
hibernating. I was gonna say hibernating.
Hydrate. Hydrating, not hibernating. If only, right?
Hibernate.
I wish I could hibernate. That'd be great.
Actually, you will not be able to hibernate at the moment because it's too fucking hot for that.
Yeah, it needs to be much colder for that one. If only.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hold on, just checking my stuff real quick. But yeah, I don't know. There's not really much else to say when it comes to Oblivion, other than the fact that it seems to be going pretty well.
Yeah. There's a little bit of game breaking stuff at the moment, and I am still annoyed that they have not. They've updated the game once.
Hmm. Yeah, it's been a patch so far that I know of, but yeah, they haven't done too much craziness. I think it's just like they don't really want to touch a lot of things.
Yeah, but
They're
they
probably
should
afraid that if they
address
fix
the
one
new-
thing, it'll just fix something accidentally.
I mean, here's the thing. That's why they should have let modders do their things.
Yeah. Okay, I guess to move on into something slightly over, I guess. I've not actually watched this video.
Well,
The next thing to kind of go over that is like roughly similar or roughly like okay, close enough, would be Marathon, which I don't
think
know
that's
much
close enough
about.
to,
Well, no, I'm saying close enough because it's a game. Like, it's another game that it's the only other topic that is a game. So I don't know much about it because I don't have access to the alpha. I did request it, but I did not get it. So there is that. All I know is that Marathon is essentially just an extraction shooter. It's like, it's taken the same name as, Bungie's original series of, Marathon. You played it back in the day. In a sense, it's an extraction shooter now. It's an alpha. At the moment, they had, at first it was like a fully closed beta. It's like, oh, hey, NDA. We don't want anyone, like, sharing anything on this. I think after, like, a few days, like, you know what? We're going to drop the NDA. You guys can play all you want. You can stream it all you want to. Who cares? Go crazy. Like, all right. So stuff like that. Judging from gameplay, it really looks just like I don't know. It looks mostly just Destiny coded. It's roughly just basically like Destiny. It's colorful in areas. The art style is okay. I don't give a shit when it comes to a lot of PvP stuff, and I don't really care when it comes to like extraction shooter. Like, who the fuck cares, in my opinion? But I don't know. There's a lot of situations like that. I think it's kind of dumb that that just turned it into that. It's like, oh hey, they've been teasing, hey, we're gonna get like a marathon game. Marathon's gonna come back. Like, oh, cool, get a modern version of that. So it's just a multiplayer game. I don't know. Like, wow, all right. I don't know what I expected. It's Bungie. These days they're a pretty fucking shit company. But all right, what should I expected for them to butcher something else?
I mean, stop having standards.
For them, I shouldn't. But
I mean, it's like you expect an Activision game to be good. Like, it's not. It's just gonna be Activision.
yeah,
You need to pay for half the game.
Yeah, and every game's gonna be fucking like, I don't know, 300 gigabytes to install.
Yeah, it's like.
Oh yeah,
if you
speaking of, we
expect it to
didn't
be
mention that
good-
beforehand. That yeah, when it comes to Oblivion, the original Oblivion was like 6-7 gigs, and the remaster is 120. So have fun with that.
I can actually check up how much gigabyte Oblivion is. I think I have it.
It's roughly 120, slightly less or above. It depends on what you have, but it's like it's mainly that. So yeah,
Okay, do I not have Oblivion?
that's Unreal Engine for you. It's not exactly very compressed.
Also, because they tried to make it 4K or something. I think that they have 4K. So
Even
that
then,
is-
it's like there's a lot of 4K games that aren't that big.
Yeah, well, we also talk about people that doesn't know how to compress games.
Mm.
What was the oh yeah, we want to talk about a game or one of the games that is okay. So you are not telling me how big you are you? You're a bitch, aren't you?
Pardon?
I.
What?
You're a bitch, It's
What?
5.5 gigabyte for the Game of the Year edition.
Oh, no. What? What the fuck are you on about? What?
Yeah, the game is a bitch.
No, not that part.
Did I say something? What did I say this time? I promise.
Not gonna
If
tell
it
us how
was
big you are?
racist,
What?
It wasn't.
Pardon? You wanna
No,
double down on what the
listen.
fuck you're talking about?
No, let's not talk about my whiteness, okay?
Your what?
It is something that slips out. My
No girth, please. Anyway, all right. Jesus Christ.
I'm killing.
All right, so
I'm basically killing you, shit.
all right, so the rest of the topics are mainly VTuber. There's one thing that isn't, so we'll go for that first. But everything else is literally just VTuber.
Ow.
So I guess
Okay, you guys.
we'll start with the Discord thing, because we'll just get that out of the way.
Discord thing? Oh, the Discord.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if it's happened yet, guys, but apparently the CEO of Discord is stepping down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he's stepping down.
I don't know. We haven't really looked into it. Maybe we should. If we're gonna report we're gonna say, hey, this is shit that's
No,
happening.
but I
Maybe we should
know
these things.
he's just stepping down. I don't think anyone really reported about why. I think he's just stepping down. Like he's done with. He's just not feeling like doing shit, or he's just getting fired.
That tends to happen a lot lately. Or just laid off. The fucking CEO can get laid off. I don't know.
But yeah, apparently the old not what's the CEO?
It's basically the old vice chairman of
I don't remember his name anymore because it was
I don't know.
something weird.
Probably should have.
Fuck, I missed.
Here, I'll look it up. But yeah, of Activision Blizzard is the one who'll be taking over.
Yeah. Well, Activision Blizzard has not really had a good time. So it's like, I know one of my friends said that it's like, oh no, and I'm like, we don't know, because
Okay,
it's like,
so
we don't.
here it is. So Jason Citron is the person who's stepping down, And the person who will be effective, okay, yeah, so April 28th is when he stepped down. And Humam Saknini? I don't know how to pronounce that name. Formerly an executive
What?
at Division Blizzard. Here, I'll get their
His
name.
name is what?
Hold on, I'll grab the name. I'm just posting this in chat so people can just get the whole thing. Where's Dank? I'm gonna use that for. There you go. That's the name.
Jumam Saknini.
Yeah, that's the name of the guy who will be the new Discord CEO.
Yeah.
So there's that.
As I said, the only thing I know about him is that he was vice chairman.
Yeah, vice chairman of
Apparently.
Activision Blizzard beforehand. So
Apparently he worked on World of Warcraft, so...
who the fuck hasn't at this point? Apparently everyone's worked at least a little bit. And usually their definition of worked is like, hey, I said this one thing to do, and that means I worked on it, right? That means I'm a fucking game dev. Yeah, that's right. I'm calling somebody out that I'm not gonna say their name because fucking drama, but we know who you are, dumbass. Anyway.
Don't call people dumbasses. That's very rude.
Look, we know, if you knew who I was talking about, we know what the fuck we're doing. He's a fucking idiot.
There's a lot of idiots.
He's a pretty big one. Well-known. Well-known piece of shit. Anyway, okay. So yeah, no, there's not much else to talk about when it comes to the Discord thing, but it's like, yeah.
Fucking tweet every YouTuber I know.
If you're gonna say Twitter, it's like, you know, that's not wrong. That's like 99% now.
Like, so it's someone that's a big, like, okay, that doesn't help it. Like, half the people are big are douchebag. Like,
yeah. Okay. All right. This is gonna be a fun one. So the next bit, I guess we can just go into like where some VTubers are getting view botted, and then suspended for it. Which like that's the thing that's gonna happen like, on Twitch. So it's like, you know, that's something that's sort of been happening regardless. But yeah, so essentially what's happening is that they're like, you know, basically Twitch is saying like, oh hey, you know, you have been view botting your streams, we're gonna have to ban you for that. It's like, you know, you know, it's fraud. You can't be doing that. So, and then what is it, like this person who posted their thing. Reason, community guidelines violation, using botted or stolen accounts to inflate advertising revenue on a Twitch channel where the violation occurred, and purchases or payouts. Suspension length permanent. So, yeah, basically in that sense, when they had nothing to do with it, it was just that possibly somebody came in there with bots and set them in, and it's just like, I don't understand Twitch's thing where it's like, this has been happening for a while now. It's just like, why is it that they immediately blame the streamer? It's like, oh, hey, you have, like, we noticed there are bots in your channel. That is your fault. It's like, that cannot always be the streamer's fault. There's a lot of people who will literally just fucking send it to a random channel, and apparently the streamer gets, you know, accused for it. It's like, anyone can do that. You could send view bots to anyone.
That I think that makes it the issue too. It's like, you can't do shit about it.
So you can't do anything about it, and you can't
like,
do much else. It's like, what can you do?
Like, so, and I think that's because then so it's so easy to target people because it's like, oh, what are they gonna do? Like, they're getting view bots, so I'm gonna report them. Like,
yeah,
but the issue is like, if you want to hurt someone, you can first. So you could. I am not kidding. You could send someone bot and then report them for view botting for what you did. Twitch is not gonna check, hey, did he actually do it?
Yeah. Makes it even worse is that this person that was going through this, which their name is Rusia, or as their Twitter username is Ruru Valentine. But anyway, like that's the VTuber we're talking about specifically here with their situation. And what happened though is like, you know, that happened, they got suspended for it, and when asking Twitch, like, you know, support, what should they do, they basically said, just appeal for it, you know, just, you know, send in an appeal to try to get it, you know, fixed. So they did that. They sent in an appeal, and it immediately got turned down. Immediately, just like, nope, sorry, rejected by human. But yep, human review
Yes,
got rejected. It's like, nope, you definitely did it, and now they're forced
definitely a
suspended.
human.
Yeah, I wouldn't say immediately, like, within the first little bit, but I'm saying, like, as soon as, like, it came through, as soon as, like, someone was reviewing it, rejected.
Yeah. Here's the thing, I still don't think it's human.
Probably not. I'm looking on their account right now to see if they ever got it back. I don't see anything about that, though.
Here's the
Nope.
word is if they're an indie VTuber. I assume they're an indie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are gonna have bigger issues because indie VTubers have. Here's the only thing that's bad about being indie is like if you get this issue, you're not gonna be able to fight it as much. But if you have an agency, they probably can be like, "Hey, this is wrong."
To make it
We
even
can prove it.
Yeah, to make it even worse, they were a partner. They were a Twitch partner. So
Yeah, and
that's probably their only source of revenue, and they were a partner, and they just got fully suspended because they were view botting for revenue, which they didn't. Yeah, you got that. Yeah, I looked on their stream at the moment, or on their Twitter at the moment. They never got it back. They now stream to YouTube and Kick. So they now have to stream there because
okay.
Twitch got rid of them.
Well, no, don't go to Kick. Come
Yeah,
on.
obviously
Have
don't go
some
there.
standard.
I mean, at the very least, I don't know. I will say this. It's not a good idea at all to go there. That should be obvious because Kick is fucking horrible. But at the same time, it is one of the places to probably easily get revenue otherwise. It's like, versus Twitch and Kick, it's like, Twitch is worth it if you can get to it, but obviously she got kicked down. They're not letting her have her account back, so what the fuck can she do? It's like, at that point, you just got to use Kick. Because it's like, that at least you'll get to it probably quicker, while YouTube can take literal years. Decade. It's been over a fucking decade for me. You think I got one? No. I used to be monetized on YouTube before they changed the rules, and now I think I have 3,000 hours watched, but nowhere near the sub count, and there's no way in hell I'm getting that extra 1,000. That shit ain't happening. Yeah, not worth. I get it.
Yeah.
It's a shitty situation, but I don't know. Stuff like that, it's like, I don't get why Twitch is the way they are with that other bullshit. Okay, so I guess we'll do the other thing that is not necessarily... Well, actually, no, that's not even drama, that...
Oh my god, we don't have drama?
No, we do. No, we do have drama. We do have that. We have 3 bits of drama, and then 3 graduations. Well, okay, 2 graduations and 1 contract end. Contractual, whatever.
Yeah.
So when it comes to VTubers, and also, actually, no, there's another one. There's another drama thing that's slight because we don't know the info of. But I guess we'll go through with it. I'm just gonna go down in order at this point. So this starts off with a drama. We'll have a roller coaster at this point. So we'll start off with a bit of a drama. With
Hey, welcome to the drama channel.
Yeah. There was a VTuber called Banana Juju. That's their name. And at first they were having like a bit of a drama thing because like the hairstyle that they use, which is basically like, they're they're I want this to sound wrong, but it's like, okay, this is me quoting more so other people. This is not me and my thoughts because I have no say in it. I shouldn't, but this is so far my thoughts. Or sorry, fuck everyone else's thoughts. What am I saying? This is not my thoughts. I can't have any. I can't have any. I'm losing it apparently. I can't have any. Listen. Okay. Here. These are not my thoughts. I'm just stating what other people are saying. So because I shouldn't have I shouldn't be allowed to say anything because I'm not a part of this. Like I shouldn't be allowed to say anything really. My own piece, in my own opinion. Hey,
Go
Coda.
to bed.
This fucking Zol trauma dumping. Oh god. Yeah, go to bed. You were up for 24 hours. Go to sleep. But yeah, no, so again, the VTuber Banana Juju. So the thing is, like, beforehand, this started with them where it's basically like, they are I would say they're white, there is that. Don't just wait a second. The reason why I'm having to say that, because the hairstyle that they use in their VTuber model is dreads. Is they have like dreads
Guys,
and like
they
locks and
are
everything else.
white.
So
Just so
just
you know.
just listen for a goddamn second. People were getting pissed at that because like they have like that kind of
Because they're
hairstyle.
white.
No, because they have the hairstyle and they're white, and it's like they're using that when it's like they're getting a little bit pissed, like not exactly, but it's like it's like a little uncomfortable because typically known it's like more of a cultural thing when it comes to like say I would say African American, but I guess it goes with like anyone else, just like people of color in that sense. It's like in that sense, it's like usually it's more closer like for them. And this is again words that they say. I'm like repeating what everyone else is saying, in the sense of like people who actually I was gonna say have a reason to say it, but that doesn't exactly sound right.
Yeah.
I don't know the right word for it. They have a I don't know. Point is I'm just saying like that's where it first stemmed from. Like people were like, okay, this person's kind of off, but it's like eventually I guess people kind of just got over it, or at the very least just it was a tiny thing. So apparently this person's also from Sweden, and I guess you could confirm this, but apparently that's also a hairstyle in a sense there. Like some people were saying that.
Okay, I need to
Cultural
see,
appropriation. That's basically it. It's like essentially she was committing cultural appropriation in a sense. That's what a lot of people were saying. So there was that in terms of like hairstyle. But it's like apparently somebody said also that's like in Sweden that's like dreads and locks on people there is even a style.
Oh, dreadlock. I mean, dreadlocks is not that like. Why do people think like?
I don't know. It's
Okay,
like somebody said that because
if we
apparently
talk
like
about
they're
dreadlocks,
or
if
at least that might have
anyone
been
ever
her. That might have been her thing that she said.
yeah, yeah, but okay, talk about dreadlocks. Go watch a Viking movie, guys.
Well, okay,
Like,
there's that part,
everyone
yes,
wears
but
fucking dreadlocks in a, but no one complains about that. Like hairstyles is a hairstyle. Why? Oh my.
I don't know. There's certain hairstyles that are
I
apparently like
wanna
specific
stab.
cultural. It's like if someone else
No, it's
has
not.
them, it seems a little off. I don't know. We're not gonna start that. We're not gonna start that whole topic because at this point we don't have a fucking say and we shouldn't. So let's just steer clear.
We don't have a say because we don't need to have a say because it's dope and people are just
Well, I'm
like
saying like we don't have a say
gatekeeping
because like it's not us.
bullshit.
We're not a part of the culture, so we shouldn't have any. We shouldn't have any
Yeah, no, I don't
bit
have
to it.
hair at the moment. I can't really complain about people with hair.
Okay, again, you're just trying to add to a drama.
No.
Trying to create a new drama here. I'm saying just let's push it aside.
You know what? Let's bully bald people instead.
Anyway, we're not gonna go after the Mr. Clean culture, okay?
Why not? Like, is it really clean?
Basically what Coda just said. Yeah. Part of Mr. Clean culture. It's okay. I'm getting there. I'm getting some bald spots, so I understand how it feels. But I'm getting there. I'll get there eventually. Okay, but okay. So the thing that happened with that person now is that they shared AI art of themselves, and they did not care whatsoever, and a lot of people were getting really pissed about that in a sense. So let me look. Essentially they shared it, so like they really love. So look what I found on the interwebs. Love it. Like that's what they said, and they showed off art that was basically AI. Like you can definitely tell with a lot of looks, and then this is their response to it. People say, like, hey, that's AI. You shouldn't be posting that because obviously, we've talked about it beforehand. AI art, which you can't really call it that. Just generative AI, is essentially taking a pool of art that someone else has made and, cramming it together and just like shitting it out the other way. It's basically a good analogy is eating a 5-course meal and then shitting it out later. That is AI. That is generative AI, quote unquote, art. And essentially, yeah, no, that's what it's stealing a lot of stuff. It's stealing a lot of other people's technique and everything else. So anyway, this is what she had to say about people telling her that. It is so funny to see how some people on, of course she says X, so that makes it even worse, have the audacity to tell me what I'm allowed to post. I laughed at people before for telling me that my avatar is inappropriate, and my mindset stays the same. I'm so tired of these so-called moral people telling me what I can and cannot do. Where are you all when I am shouting out smaller artists which are creating awesome artworks? You know, that's basically what it says. She shouts out smaller artists. She doesn't, by the way. She does not. Because the funny thing about that is that her credits, like in her card link, are broken. They don't go to anything. So her actual like model creators, there's no credit to them in her links. That she didn't credit anyone at this point. So it's like, yeah, no, so much for shouting people out, huh? I don't know, but people were getting pretty pissed off about that, which I get it. Yeah, it's pretty fucking dumb, and she's basically just trying to, she was essentially trying to justify it by saying, oh, smaller artists. It's just like, that person's not an artist, by the way. That's a person who fucking typed a prompt. That's it. Like, basically, they probably just like, oh, hey, submitted a picture of, the person's VTuber model. Like, okay, make something close to this, and then just typed a prompt of what it to be, and then hit enter. And there you go, that's it. Like, that's all you have to fucking do. It's not art. It's just a fucking lazy-ass deal. But, yeah, no, that's... Yeah. I don't know. Okay, so remember what I said about a roller coaster? We go from, like, kind of drama, and now we're going down to depression. We go to the peak, down to the bottom. So yeah, depression. Hololive's I guess just Gargura. That's like how you pronounce that exactly. Graduated. She's graduated by this point. But yeah, no. It was announced that she would be graduating, and she has already. So she has now graduated from Hololive, no longer a part of it. I will say there's apparently a chance of her, possibly coming back as somebody else. I don't remember the name of it. I just know that if you look for #1 fan, you'll probably find it. But
yeah,
point
I
is,
know someone mentioned that she had an old channel.
Yeah. Apparently, like posted recently. So there is stuff like that. But
inside the new, exactly.
I can't tell my fucking things where. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, point is, she graduated, and, considering that is basically the face of Hololive, she basically was the exact face. If somebody was thinking like, oh, hey, that VTuber company, likely she was one of the people that you would know. And probably more especially with, like, I don't know what you would call people, just not nerds, I guess. Like, people would say normie or whatever these days. So I guess that, if you want to call it that. But... yeah, in a sense, like, yeah, probably still her, because she basically, did the, did the song for the Dodgers? In a sense?
I don't know, but I know...
Like, she did for baseball. Like, she did for baseball, so, like, she did, like, the opening thing for that. And, they had a whole collab with them, too.
Yeah. So... which, guys, was a fucking... we covered about that last year.
Yeah, we did cover that. But, like, it was pretty interesting that they did that, but it's like, yeah, no. And apparently there's also like a teammate or someone like on the team or something that's like, also kind of sad that she's not going to be a part of the next one. It's like, well, there's that slight bit of depression to throw into the cauldron today. But not much else I can really talk about it, because I don't know, I didn't really watch a lot of her, so. Once she was bad or anything, I don't really watch a lot of Hololive. When it comes down to it, I don't watch any of it. It's just that when clips show up and it looks interesting, I'll watch the clip. And usually that's a Cali clip, but no one else usually pops up. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I mostly get fucking... I think I follow mostly indie tubers.
Yeah.
And then I follow up for Iron Mouse, because Iron Mouse is fun as fuck.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. So, more about the drama, right? I don't know much about this, and we're not going to go too crazy about this, obviously. It is just some dimension, in a sense. Oh, you have a follow.
Thanks for following Side. You don't need to follow me. I already have you.
That's even worse if anxiety itself is following. It's like, oh no. Oh god. Ooh, that'll work. Yeah, no. So okay. Yeah, no. The next little bit to mention is gamer subs, but basically being boycotted now. Is essentially getting boycotted because essentially I don't know the exact stuff behind it because I didn't really want to go deep into this because it deals with something political, and in a sense I'm trying to sort of keep politics out of our conversations here. All right, enjoy your lurk. But I try to keep politics kind of out of conversations here, depending on what it is. Like if it's something like, you know, if it's something that we should mention specifically, like, you know, for support, it's like, you know, sure, we could do that. But most cases I try to keep it out because it's like, it's gonna cause drama somewhere, and I don't want to fucking deal with it. So.
And also for, I think both me and Solid is on the same fucking side. We don't give a fuck about what people think. As long as you're not a douche, I don't care what you believe in.
Yeah, it's like as long as it's not hurting somebody else, and you're not a total fucking dick, whatever, man.
Yeah, like it's simple. Like you
so
don't be a douche.
Obviously, in a sense, like there are obviously, you know, a political side where, yeah, they are mostly dicks and mostly hurting other people with shit that they say or believe in. So it's like, yeah, no, that is an issue, absolutely. But yeah, no, we'll do that. Okay, so the reason why GamerSubs is basically being boycotted is that there's a VTuber. I don't know their name. I did not link it, so it's been a while. Maybe somebody knows this, but essentially, like, you know, they're essentially a right-wing VTuber. That's basically what it's called. That's as much as I'm going to say with that. You get the point. So they're essentially that, and there's a lot. They're still partnered with GamerSubs, and people are kind of pissed off at them. Like, hey, get rid of that person. Get, you know, unpartner with them because it's like, you know, they're not a great person. It'd be terrible for your brand. GamerSubs has said nothing about it. Hasn't done anything to it. Left it completely alone. And it's like, yeah, I mean, if your entire audience, if your entire like community is essentially telling you don't have this person around because it'd be pretty bad for you, and you know they're just a bad person, probably. And apparently they've said racist and other bad shit as well. So there's that. And it's like, yeah, GamerSubs doesn't do anything about it. So of course people are boycotting. Like, you know what? Fine, just don't buy anything from them again, or don't do anything with them. All right, I get it.
Here's the thing, people, like. People don't understand, like, GamerSubs is a company. They do what gives them money.
Yeah, but at this point they're losing money because they're keeping somebody around that is causing drama or causing an issue. So it's like that's a problem. You think about like marketing and like strategy in a sense. Yeah. So it's like if you have in a sense of like you're partnered with somebody that is causing a lot of tension, it's like you probably need to let that person go to free the tension, to like at least to keep everything running okay, because otherwise things are getting pretty bad. So yeah.
My issue though is in general, like, this is a big issue we have in general. It's like people boycott stuff just because they might not disagree with someone, and then that's an issue we have. It's like we don't know if they are bad or not. Someone said, "Oh, that guy is bad." Like, okay.
Well, in this case, like, it's like there is actual proof. There are posts that they've said some really shitty shit, yeah, or, you know, some really shitty stuff, and it's like, yeah, no, it's still there. They're not, you know, obviously they're not trying to look for forgiveness or whatever else. They're not trying to, you know, apologize or whatever else. It's just no. Yeah. So, yeah, no. I mean, they're a pretty terrible person as it is, and yet GamerSubs isn't doing shit about it. So it's like, yeah, probably should stay away from that company. I know it's like the biggest thing right now in terms of, you know, drink mixes and everything. So, yeah,
I think GamerSubs is the biggest still.
Yeah, they like rose up above G Fuel and all that. So it's like they're probably the biggest one, and yet now they're doing shitty.
Is it Keemstar that owns G Fuel, or is partnered with G Fuel? Because I think that's the reason no one wants to buy that shit. No one likes Keemstar, so they didn't want to buy that.
It was that, but
Because he
also it's
was
like
so
there were people
creative.
who were eventually saying like, oh hey, they tried both, and it's like gamer subs just tasted better. So it's like, that's part of the reason why I went with it. It's just like, taste wise is like I'm gonna go for something that people say is better just to try it out. It's like, I did like it. And yes, I bought a lot from them. I do actually have some of their cups. Am I gonna throw any of that out? No, they're cups. I'm gonna fucking use them because they're cups. It's like I'm gonna throw away fucking dishes that can still be used. So that's what they are now. It's not for collection, it's for fucking use. So okay. I don't have any of their powder or any of their drink mixes anymore. They're all bad. So can't really use them anymore. There are obviously, alternatives that people have mentioned. Glitch has been going around lately with a lot of shit. Advanced is usually what people recommend now. Advanced.gg. So people can try that if they want to.
I know. Is it Glitch that's owned by Wildcat?
I have no idea. I don't know why. I don't know people who own things. And there
Yeah.
are technically a couple of options on my side of things that I could mention.
No.
So, no, I'm doing it. So, okay.
No.
We have this one, and then
No,
we
guys,
have
guys, don't do it. Guys,
that
don't
one.
do it.
There you go. Yeah, there's my fucking shill for the day. There's two other companies you can check out if you want. Not saying you have to, not really trying to advocate for it. If you want to, you do you. If you want to, go on ahead. Those are two different companies that I have some affiliation with.
Yeah, no. Guys, don't do it. Whatever you do, don't listen to Sol. He's crazy.
Nah, I mean, hey, I'm saying you don't have to do it if you don't want to. I'm not really trying to force anybody to do anything. But it's like that's the current ones that's the ones that I'm affiliated with at the moment. So it's like, I'd be remiss to at least not mention them, while we're talking about this topic. So just like, there you go. There's a couple more options. Check it out if you want to. If you see something you like, go for it. There's some codes for discounts. Otherwise, whatever. You do you. You don't want any of it, don't get it. That's on you.
Yeah.
You do whatever you want.
I mean, so it's just gonna cry for 2 hours, but
Uh-huh. All right, but let's see. Yeah, so I mean, there's not really much else to mention about that. Just that, yeah, I'm probably not gonna get anything from Gamer Subs after this, just because it's just in hot water. I don't really want to deal with that. I'm not gonna deal with any of that shit. There's probably I'm gonna
never cared about any of those things. I'm like, okay.
Not really. I might check out
guys
Advanced, see if it's any good. But there might be some decent stuff there.
Yeah.
Which apparently there was also a actually no, we'll get into that right after this part. We'll get into that after this next part, which is the big holy shit. I'm gonna admit this. I have not essentially. Okay, where's your where'd you? Let me see where you posted that one thing. I want to read off that one, the summary.
The one that gave you the whole fucking timeline.
The summary, not the timeline, because the timeline I posted, but that still just has the docs. I need to see the summary because we could just summarize this shit.
No, I sent you the one with a whole timeline.
Yeah, no, I already have one with a whole timeline.
Yeah, but this one has an actual timeline with the dogs. Without the dogs. I sent you from, what's their name?
I got it here.
Oh, Powder, right. Bam. They have a document with all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I meant. Like, not necessarily. That's what it meant. Is a doc summarizing it. That's what I'm talking about. By timeline, I'm talking about. When I said timeline, I'm talking about there's someone with a thread that has each doc and each post that people have made individually, like, has it in a specific order.
That's not a
like
timeline.
That's
just different document.
That is a timeline because they put it down exactly in the order that everything was said. They just put down, like, the document here, posts here, stuff like that, just like as people have said it, or they have responded afterwards, or people who've replied directly. So, like, they put that specifically there. This necessarily is just putting it all together into one whole thing, summarizing.
Yeah, and they have stuff before everything got, which makes it a timeline.
It doesn't really matter.
We have a prequel, we have the original, and we have the sequel.
Putting stuff all together is not necessarily a timeline. It's just in the sense that...
What the fuck is that? And what would you classify as a timeline?
it's either or, but I'm saying a timeline just tells you when shit happened. But I'm just saying in the sense like when I mention a timeline, I'm saying like, hey, just like, posted things on specifically in order of the way things happened. While in this case, it's a summary detailing everything that happened in a condensed document. So instead of like 7 documents, this is 1 and it's all there.
Get it, go to bed.
Yeah, it's 1 whole document instead of 7. So it's summarizing it all. That's my point. Anyway, who cares about fucking timelines? Time's not made out of lines. They're made out of circles. That's why clocks are round. I love that quote. I'm going to say it every time I get a chance to. All right. So, okay. Basically, what we're talking about here, what we're going on about is, okay, phone, can you fucking hit the button, please? Thank you. Yeah, so, popular indie VTuber turns out to be bad, which has happened way more than once, which is shocking. Turns out not to be a good person. In this case, Cinder. Everybody who knew Cinder, very popular deal. Timelines are, life is rich. Fucking hell. No Back to the Future. All right, yeah. Wow. Well, yeah, you have to know VTubers, first of all. Okay, so yeah, popular VTuber, indie VTuber, Cinder. Hellhound VTuber, for any, if it makes it any easier on you, you can just look up the name. You may have seen them around. Back to the day 5. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it was basically them and their manager doing some pretty shitty stuff to a lot of people. Like, basically just like trying to essentially keep things exclusive in a sense from other people. To sort of like give a quick summary versus what we're about to read, is that essentially, I don't know, let me see like if they said something actually pretty similar. Okay, so essentially, yeah, just that, her and her manager essentially try to, they have like, they share an artist with a lot of other VTubers, and they're basically trying to keep that artist exclusive to them rather than allowing the rest of them to even, be able to use them at all. So it's like, it's pretty fucking shitty, especially when they're apparently supposed to all be friends. It's like, yeah, it's pretty shitty, but they've done a lot of other stuff too. So, we'll get into that. Okay, I guess we can read down this timeline. So, okay. Let's see.
See, it is a line. It's not a circle.
It's a line because it's a document page that is scrolling in one vertical format. So that is a line. This document is a line, but time isn't made out of them.
Guys, this is a confusing conversation. Next time on TNA, we are talking about time and how it's not.
Okay, look, if we instead of that, if we just have a whole fucking TNA dedicated to time travel, we will be here for a 24-hour stream, because that's how long that shit goes. Fucking time relativity, time and relativity. It's like, yeah, Jesus Christ. All right.
That's just a whole episode by itself.
Jesus. Okay. So, alright. I'm going to speed through these before the docs. So, let's see. Time travel before Kitty tried banana. Big mistake there. Right. Never crossed found business. Alright. Alright, so... started off with Nenolus, who is the artist in question. Leaked a DM between herself and Redacted to Shy Lily, which Redacted is Cinder's manager. So.
Can we just talk about that name? Redacted. It's like, you sound at this point like we're just.
Most people just refer to him as Red. But yeah.
Yeah. It's like, why? What the fuck? But it's the best name. Like, okay, so. Redacted did crimes. Like, what?
But okay, so basically it's like, Nenolus and Redacted had a DM chain, and basically she shared it to Shy Lily to show it's like, hey, yeah. Apparently the DM was also about Shy Lily. Then Neno also leaked additional DMs to Shy Lily, which contained conversations between Neno and Redacted, discussing other clients. Shy Lily encouraged Neno to share these DMs with others. Yep, okay. And agree to show others. Let's see. There's also one about Bao. Bao VTuber, if any of that. Why is the VTuber community so toxic? No fucking idea. After this, it's like, dear God. Let's see.
So you should never become a VTuber. You should be in your old self.
Okay, I'm gonna go into the full-on timeline of this. It's like essentially they, you know, it's talking like this document right here. It's just talking about like all of them like getting together and like talking about this. So I'll get into the actual summary bit here in a second.
Kid, you should become a VTuber. Then you can be toxic without a reason.
Okay, so it starts off with Nano released a document detailing everything that happened, and then Bao released one, and then Sack, which is the video editor for Bao, releases one, and then after all the docs were released, Cinder Redacted reached out to Nano privately, and then Nano blocks them. Good job. Cinder then releases a statement about removing her manager, removing Redacted from his position. Well, then Van Peaches claims that Cinder's manager is also her boyfriend. She gave out the thing. It's like, yeah, her manager is also her boyfriend, which later confirmed, Cinder confirmed, saying it's like, yeah, there is stuff like that. What? Your headset died. Okay. Wait, hold on. That's not going to be a VTuber to be toxic. I am toxic here. Wait, what? Nice. Okay.
It's toxic? Good to know.
God damn it. If anyone's toxic, Char. Anyway. Kidding. Okay. But, let's see. Don't speak her name, she'll appear. Alright, so then, Rain released a document, then Spite released one, and then Silverville. Oh, I didn't have the thingy. God damn it. Told you. I fucking told you. Say her name, she shall appear. God damn it.
Why do
you don't know the inner Char, Kitty. You don't know the inner Char. You see? That's fucking chaos. Look at that emote. That is pure chaos incarnate. Hey, no, well, Beetlejuice, you have to say his name 3 times. Char, you just say it once, and there she is. Anyway. Yeah, but she's worse. Okay, so anyway, Spite released one, Silverville released one. Cinder releases a apology later. Like, fucking a day later. And then there's a whole other stuff. So, okay, we'll get to that. So, let's see. Let's see. Alright, so essentially to start off, in a sense, it starts off with Redacted basically claiming that there's a VTuber who's copying Cinder's brand. And Spite, the VTuber Spite, basically mentioned... yeah, that's about right. Essentially is saying that, that's the one that they're talking about. It's like, they're talking about Spite, saying that she copied Cinder, which is kind of funny considering I think it's the other way around, actually. But, yeah, it's like the only time that Spite is mentioned. And then, yeah, the next part, there's some screenshots where, let's see. Redacted wants Silverville to recognize Cinder, but understands why she wouldn't. Redacted claims that Silverville is watching what Cinder does and copies her. And that Redacted gives an example of a spinning figurine gif which Cinder used on stream before Silver did. Let's see. Okay, so basically, like, yeah, there's a lot of bits to this too. It's also saying that, they would do better. Redacted's like, oh, hey, you guys would do great together if you, like, teamed up, and then all this other stuff. Apparently some copying shit too. It's basically in a lot of sense, this manager is essentially saying a bunch, 8 ads? Well, it's a fucking, what do you think? It's a 3-minute ad. That's what happens.
I get it. Yeah, it's 3 minutes. You know
what?
You can
Here's the thing. If anyone wants to skip ads in any sense, if you go to my server, my Discord server, we're in a stage channel right now. You could just join in the audience. Just to let everyone know, the way the audience works is that, yeah, no, you don't pop up. You cannot talk unless we allow you to do so. You'll just be in the audience, so you could just listen to us. So it's like, it's no delay, no latency. You're able to listen, and you don't have to worry about ads. You can just sit there and, keep chatting in our Twitch chat if you want to. And there you go. No problem. Wow. Okay. My ad
That is
started as
timing.
Sweden's.
That is timing.
Holy shit. Sir, fucking Twitch is like, hey, what's this? Fucking high five. Tag,
Like,
you're it.
you wanna see ads? Let me show you ads.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
Hi, back. Well, I'm Alex. But yeah, Kitty, if you sub to me, you can get free ads. Or you don't get free ads. You
There's Bao trying to see, Bao trying to reach out to Cinder's video editor, which is what apparently Redacted was not a fan of.
what I've understood, the video editor in question already worked for Bao.
Guess so, yeah. You hear
If I
that?
remember
Suppose you could just sub
correctly.
it. Anyway. Alright,
No, I don't sub to people. Actually,
or gift.
I
no,
have
it's
not
not
used
gift.
my Prime yet. You know what? I'm gonna go sub to someone important like Donald Duck. I was about to say something completely different.
Yeah, but I say don't give it to that. Where the fuck that other thing was gonna go? Wait a minute, where are we going with this? Okay, all right. Like whoa, okay, that's the opposite of important. All right. Okay. Apparently, also, there's a picture of Cinder like at TwitchCon, at Silverville's meet and greet. And apparently that is the only time them two have ever talked directly. They've never once talked to each other in DMs. Let's see. Apparently they were...
Get it? I subbed to a demon.
Okay, so apparently also what happened is that Cinder was trying to collab with Silver a lot, and she basically just was trying to decline it, but she kept trying anyway.
I mean, persistence is sometimes good, they say.
Oh no. Oh man.
Man.
So, okay, apparently this is also something that happens that Nano had to tell everyone, including Silver in this case, that they had to cancel their model commissions because, Nano's manager apparently said that they had to cancel to, possible for health reasons, which is like, in a way, I understand that. Like, normally that would make sense, but it is later found out that that did not happen, or like, rather, that was not the case. It was actually Redacted, who is Cinder's manager, who essentially told Nano to cancel everyone else's commissions to focus on Cinder's. Essentially. It's like, okay, that's very fucked up. Let's see. Probably she can work on it in the next year. Redacted sends DM to Nano expressing that there are more clients. Oh, okay. Yeah, here's a fucked up one. Apparently, Redacted also said to Nano that the more models that she makes for other people, the less unique or the less special it is to actually have one. So the more that there are, the more that VTuber models that are made by Nano, the less special they become. So it's like, they're trying to say, it's like, hey, make less. Is essentially what what Redacted is trying to say in that sense. It's like, wow, that's very fucked up. Let's see. Wow, okay, that's a fun one. So Redacted saying, well, let's say if Onigiri wants a Nano model or not, and then put in a spoiler thing afterwards and hope Silver finds someone else. Like, Jesus. Yeah, he's pretty terrible. Let's see. To be fair, that was because Nanolis was was known as a pretty big, you know, made a lot of models for a lot of people. Cool stuff.
I
Jesse,
think
thank you for the raid.
Nano would be one of the biggest guys.
She's pretty big. Yeah, I don't know. Made a lot of stuff.
Does no one of you motherfuckers actually sell me? Bloody hell.
Ollie. Look, it's not my fault I'm a dog. What's the problem is Char. You can blame Char on that. Give me the ears and shit. Let's see.
Stop blaming Shar for your problems.
Char's the one who gave it. Okay, let's see. What were Cinder friends told me it's a bit unfair for me to stop at the model, so I do more for Cinder, which I agree. That is true. That's Nano saying this. For your artist, and you should do whatever you want to do. Don't want to take sides on drama. Always have a way to open slots for Cinder, but won't be having her as my only customer. It's like, I agree you're a free artist and you should do what you want to do, but I was under the impression that taking on more Cinder work is what you wanted to do. Didn't think it was like we were making you do that. So Redacted's basically playing the manipulation card. Basically, yeah, just saying it's like, oh, well, I mean, we didn't want to make you stop working with everyone else. It's just, I thought that's what you wanted, so that's what we told you to do. Like, alright. What the fuck?
Yeah, how dare you think that?
God. Let me read through this. So that's what it It's okay. There's the next part there. So it's like, that's with anything, no, not just your work. If you have something special and then everyone wants and gets that thing, it makes it less special. That's what Redacted said. So keep things more business talk and less emotional. Just let me know how this will affect your schedules. Tell Cinder after. It's like every single model I do is unique and make them special in their way. It's not like I'm selling Cinder to everyone. Okay. It's like, jeez. Yeah, pretty much just saying it's like, yeah, no. It's like, yeah, no, this is a. They keep making more art. It's like it's not very special at that point. It's like that's pretty fucked up for you. It's a. Let's see.
Like, there is to a degree correct. Like, if you do
Business is business.
too much similar stuff,
That's what he
yes,
said.
it would.
Wow. Okay.
But also, I think it with Nano, she has different styles. That's the thing. Like, they have different styles per person, so it's not like they're making a similar character 20 times. They make unique character. Oh yeah, Cinder blaming Redacted is dumb.
Yeah. We're gonna. Yeah. We're getting that part. We're getting that part. We're getting there.
Jesse, you're too far ahead. Hold on.
Hold on. We're getting there. I'm trying to read through these screenshots so I can summarize it well enough. Because like there is summaries below it, but like I want to get to like I want to get my own little summary.
He wants to pretend he knows what he's doing.
Okay, Mr. Fucking Hot Shot, you want to start going? But
I don't even know where you are in life, but
not great places. All right, so apparently also saying it's like, you know, they're wanting to do Silver's model, and you know, they're saying it's like you don't want to take it but don't want to disrespect Cinder, and Redacted just saying like business is business. Like, okay, bit of a way to do that. Basically making it seem like, in a sense, it's just like, you know, wow, okay, that's kind of fucked up. So in a sense, like trying to get into the manipulation, so it's like, okay, well, it's, you know, I'm not trying to tell you can't work with Silver, or something like that, and then or like work with other people, you know, Silver especially, and then saying, let's see. Yeah, trying to ask if you know, basically Nano trying to ask if you know, they're good, like, you know, everything's okay. Guy says like, me and you were good. Still have to tell this to Cinder though. It's like, okay, well now you're just more manipulation by the sounds of it.
yeah, I mean, this whole thing is just like It's just stupid. Why can't people just be
See, it says she doesn't
normal?
want Cinder to be her sole model client. She doesn't want to sacrifice the client's projects or dad to apologize for giving the impression that they want an analyst to only work for them. Data understands an analyst's desire to continue working with other people, and they clear up some miscommunication. So we'll continue working together in the future. Tells her that she wanted to be transparent with both sides. So she told Silver she canceled her model because of... Okay, also Redacted asks Nano if, like, told Silver she canceled her model because of Cinder, but she said no, she told Silver to cancel because of health issues, which his whole thing after that just seems like, oh, okay. Like, wow. Let's see. God, this is hard to wonder. We don't have to read the thing. Okay, so essentially it's a lot of that. Let me just go down some more. Let's see. I asked me to cancel one of the closest friends. I asked me to cancel more of my progress. My opening made me think it is okay since she has many connections and she'll be fine anyway, so wouldn't feel guilty about it or worry too much. It was so upsetting that Red contacted specifically to check on me canceling the model I had planned with Bo. I started to cancel, but I was not supported by this TM.
I will say that, they have a lot of connection. Like, why does that matter? Like,
I don't know. Okay, now there's this next part that is pretty fucking shitty. So let me read this part. It's like, in the screenshot it's like, did you cancel models? And it's saying I did not. It's like Nano Arc delayed to 2026. Basically saying it's like, hey, if Nano did not cancel the models, then that means that Cinder is not going to get another model for another like couple years or some shit. So that's what he's saying there. And then he says like, I'm scared to cancel a Bao. And his reply is basically, you shouldn't be. She has so many connections, she'll find someone super fast. So basically it's like, you shouldn't worry about it, she'll find somebody else. It's like, Jesus.
This whole thing, I just want to go cry in a corner. Can we cry in a corner instead?
I think everyone wants to feel that way, honestly. And it's perfectly understandable.
I mean, I just want to cry. I don't have a reason to it.
Let's see.
No, kid, you cannot live away from people. You could have said so. Also, you couldn't afford it. You live in Canada.
Trying to read through this a little bit.
Guys, Saul cannot raid.
I'm reading right now.
You say you're raiding. Who is attacking me? Someone's trying to kill me. Oh shit, he's trying to kill me, guys. Not Saul. Well, he might be trying to secretly kill me. I wouldn't know because if it's secretly trying to kill me, I shouldn't be knowing that it's trying to kill me.
Okay, there's a lot of like talk with these DMs. Like, we're not exactly sure how it entirely goes, but mostly it ends up with Sack, the video editor, wanting to work with Bao exclusively, and I don't think they really took that very well. I don't think Red took that very well. Let's see.
I just got fucked over by the game. Thank you, game. No, JT, you're not welcome back.
Oh god, here we go. Alright, so now here's where it really gets. So Red asking, like, I mean, like, if we wanted to have some kind of model exclusivity, what would you need to make that sustainable for you? So it's like, yeah, no, basically already asking, like, hey, is, like, what could we do to make it where you only work for us? Let's see. Okay, so I think the main things we're looking for are for you to not take on any brand new model clients and to not make any new models outfits with Silverveil again. Name dropped. They don't make anything with them again. You'd still be able to work on models outfits with all your other existing clients, and your artworks comes won't be affected. So basically, she's allowed to make artwork for other people. She's not allowed to make models for anyone else. She's still able to work on specific ones with current clients. She's not allowed to make any with Silverville again. That is what they're trying to put down. What concerns is that more models means more models don't have the same value anymore. I don't understand what is this fucking bit about that? What is this whole bit? It's like, if you keep making more, it won't be as valuable. What's the point? Like, we can't have you work with all these other people because it won't be good enough anymore. Like, it won't be like, if we have a model from you, like, it won't be worth it. It'd be fucking ugh. Like, ugh, God. Ugh. I hate this guy already just by reading this.
No, kid, we're not
There's a lot of
killing
bias with
everyone.
another one of other partners, certain creators, and we'd rather these creators not have what makes Cinder unique, which is your artwork. What? Hold on, let me reread that. Second is that there's a few people that we would just rather not be able to have a model from you. Maybe not any new at all. The reason why I brought this up at all is that there has been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators, and we'd rather these creators not have what makes Cinder unique, which is your artwork. What the fuck? Okay. I don't know. It's just... this guy's got a lot of fucking problems, man. In the end, it's basically just going off with, like, you know, trying to say that, yeah, again, it's like, yeah, in that case, it's false because all art is unique. Yeah, in a lot of cases, artists are not going to make fucking art look the damn same all the time. They're going to fucking, like, you know, they're going to make it unique for every different person. I basically understand this twisted sense of logic, but I guess what I'm hearing is, the more you put out, the less value, the more of your stuff is out there. That's bullshit. It's a bullshit take. That's basically what this guy's trying to say. It's basically trying to say, it's like, you know, if you have multiple people getting your art or getting your models or from this person, it's just like, then everyone is going to be very, you know, all these people are going to be like so similar. There's no uniqueness. There's no specialty to it anymore. Like, to quote, I guess, Incredibles in this sense, it's like, if everybody's special, then nobody, or like in this case, or, you know, he says super. So it's like, you know, if anyone's super, then nobody will be. So in this case, yeah, no, if anyone's special, then no one's special. Like that's essentially like the argument this guy's trying to make with someone's art, and it's like, that is a very stupid take to have in this situation. Let's see. Cinder wouldn't be Cinder without Nano. It's like, wow, okay. Also, to quote some other big thing, it's like, if you're not... oh, God. Now it reminded me of the fucking Marvel quote of, like, in Spider-Man. It's like, you know, if you're nothing with this suit, then you're nothing at all. It's like, you know, it's like, yeah, no, so it's like, you know, if you're nothing without the artist, then what good are you in the first place? It's like, you're not even worth... It's like, okay, that just shows how incompetent you are to begin with. Like, if you need this artist all to yourself. Let's see. So Redacted elaborates on more drama between Senator Bao. Redacted shares his opinions on Bao's MVs, MV editor Sack, and why he went exclusive with Bao. Let's see. We think Bao got pissed at editor in the original song from friends. Yeah, okay, just trying to be heady at that point.
Yeah.
Skip by that a little bit. Let's see. Now she's from barking up a tree for one of her art. I was going to commission analyst, which means less time for Cinder. Wow. Let's see. Okay, all right, now it's like this. We'll continue. Okay, we could pay blank for you. They didn't give the amount, and you don't have to discount it from the next payment, and we'll continue giving you lots of model work, I think, for this year right now. But you don't work with Bow, blank, so there's someone else, or Silver at all again, models or art. And I don't think you've ever done anything Bow or blank before. Yeah, so basically trying to say it's like, don't ever work with them again. And it's like, you can work for us, just don't work for them again. Wow. And the only reason why, okay, I don't get the so far I still don't actually understand the hate for it's like why they couldn't work with Cinder. Or sorry, Silver. I don't know why I said that, but it's like why they couldn't work for Silver. And then it's like, okay, now it's like just because, oh hey, the editor for Bow wanted to come work with Cinder, and then it's like, you know what, actually never mind, I'm just gonna stay working for Bow. It's just like, you know, in that case, like there was no like it didn't like actually seem like there was much beef to say at that moment. But I guess now he's petty, just like, you know what, just because of that, I don't want you working with Bow either. It's like, the fuck?
Yeah. But I've understood if what I mean, that's really far down, but with Cinder's apology, apparently they got what's it called? She got compared to Silver. That, which I can understand that you're being annoyed being compared to someone.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it's like, no, it doesn't matter. Like, you shouldn't, professional life and your personal feelings should not be doing, it's not, should not make your decisions. Like, if just because you don't like someone, it doesn't matter what they, you can't just tell other people that they cannot be around those people. Unless, of course, they're shitty people. That's a different story. Oh, shit, a spider.
Spider coming in now. Yeah, we're getting to that non-apology. We're getting there. Okay, so apparently there's like a lot of screenshots here that essentially is also redacted asking.
To you, JC. I mean, I know you're a spider, but at least you have standards.
That's it.
I mean,
so
I told Patana that and no one believed me.
See, Data has an analyst if she plans with Shy Lily other than she has plans with Shy Lily other than the current model commission. Analyst says no. Data is worried about Shelly's model commission since Lily has been acting strange to Cinder. Is worried that Nano's commission with Lily will lead to less time with Cinder. Nano informs Redacted of her upcoming commissions. Redacted is worried about Lily's actions and wants to stay competitive. Nano's cropping the DMs to leave out more info. Okay, there's stuff that wasn't said apparently. But yeah, apparently it just comes down to where it's like, what is it? Let's see, weren't the ones getting a model from the artist of other just owner of the blue and ghost. Basically just trying to be competitive. Yeah, it's just like that's their whole shtick, is that apparently it's like, yeah, no, they just want to be competitive.
Which I can understand being competitive. Like, I can find that, like, that's in that good for you. You want to be better, but there's like a difference between being competitive and then trying to ruin.
There's basically a difference between being competitive and being an asshole.
Yeah, like, I can understand, like, yeah, you want to do better. You want to be like, I want to be better than Shy. Yeah, of course. That.
It's like, you know, if you want to like try to be better, it's like, okay, here's the thing. There's friendly competition in the sense, like, you know, if you want to try to, like, you know, it's like, hey, I want to see if I can get better than that. It's like, I mean, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, you know, don't beat the shit out of the person you're trying to compete against. And in a sense, that's essentially what they're trying to do. It's like they're trying to steal all this stuff from them. Like, that's not being competitive. That's just being an asshole. That's just like, hey, I'm just going to try to steal everything from you, so and make it to where only I get these things and you don't. That's not competitive. That's I don't know. That's like needy or even worse than that. I don't know. Greedy, I guess. It's just basically it's just greed. Yeah. Okay. So to the non-apology is essentially that to shortly summarize this is essentially saying that it's Cinder's apology is saying that's like, oh hey, Redacted's been let's see, it's been my co-content creator since began making content, managing all aspects of what I do. Okay. Let's see. As of yesterday, he's no longer working with me. I have not extensively discussed any of this with him. So she's trying to say it's like, hey, I haven't actually like talked about any of these DMs with him at all. Like, there are moments when even in those DMs that he said he was going to talk to her, and also, let's see, never to mention publicly. 2 years of work on. Let me go through this. His hyper business oriented outlook warped my view of what it is I should be doing, or what is navigating his career path or terrible work, whatever. Doesn't resolve me things I've willingly done wrong, went along with, Let's see. In regards to an analyst, for the majority of the time working with her, Red was the one almost solely doing the communication about new plans and negotiations through his private DMs. So saying like, it was all Red doing it. Saying I was not fully aware of the extent of Red's manipulation over Nano's commission decisions, and I should have been more diligent in my oversight. Sure. There's a point here I want to get to. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Wanted to work with Nano as much as I possibly could, making her art the face of my brand. We had come to the conclusion that it'd be in my best interest to talk with Nano about making more time for my projects by negotiating with her to cut out other work. This was wrong for us to push onto her, and it was wrong to the other creators who wanted the chance to working with her. There's a lot of people who were trying to trying to say, she didn't do anything bad or something, they were like fucking apologists. And then there's just fucking this bit here of her literally admitting that she went along with the whole, hey, work for me, no one else. And, cut everyone else out.
But
especially people you were already.
Right?
I mean, here's the thing. It'd be one thing if all those other people no longer worked with her, already. It's like, oh, hey, already finished all this work for all you guys. And then, there was no other touch-ups needed to be done. Like, everything's done. Or just allow the touch-ups to be done. That was okay. And it's like, okay. And then they all agree, Nano included, like, okay, go exclusive for you now. Like, I'll just make stuff mainly for you if, she got paid enough. I get that would be okay. The problem is, they wanted to make sure, no one else could get anything, and even had specific people that she was not allowed to make a model for. It's just models for. It's like, yeah, no, that's where it draws the line. That's the issue. Let's see.
I can't see, I'm blind.
Doesn't even mention. Okay, hold on a minute. This was wrong for us to push on. It was wrong for the other creators who wanted a chance to work with her. There was only one specific creator we were responsible for naming and pressuring Nano into reconsider projects with, not an entire list. Literally, in that thing, literally just said, or in the previous screenshots, literally said Bao, Silver, and a redacted name. Yeah, I know, redacted, but it's okay. So 3 names that were said never to make art with again. And she's trying to say there's only one person. Like, all right, fucking sure. Let's see. Apparently both Bao and Cottontail VA, which there was actually a post that she put saying, it's like, oh, well, I guess now I think it was also Giga. It was them two basically just saying, it's like, oh, well, now I actually know why my art was canceled. Well, whenever I got my art. It's like, yeah, that would be why. So you would have that terrible deal. Let's see. I was never even aware Nano was ever planning to work on a model for another of my friends. Do not condone anything about what Red said about Bao in these DMs either, and him using we and our in this context is abhorrently incorrect. Wow, okay. Sure. And apparently they were both upset when Bao hired Cinder's editor. And took it personally. It's like, who the fuck cares? It's work.
Guys, you cannot hire Saul as your editor.
Something I didn't mention at one point. It's like at one point, Cinder basically mentioned to Nano saying it's like it's just business. Like when it comes to like cutting everyone else off. It's like wow.
I want that on a shirt.
Well, the funny thing is, like, we'll get into that. Somebody made like there was a candle, like a popular like candle production thing like for VTubers, and they literally made a thing like directly right after that just said like it's just business candle, like just gave that out. It's like in a way I could see the hilarity of it if it was never actually sold, like if it was never actually sold at all, like if it was just more just like a hey, it's just for a funny goof, just like a joke in a dark time kind of thing, just like this sucks absolutely, but dark humor. It's like I guess I can kind of let that slide. Problem is they were actually wanting to sell it and make money off of it, and it was a legitimate product. It's just like okay, now it's just scummy. Now you're just profiting off of people's like problems. It's just like that's where it's a little fucked up.
I mean, I would do the same.
Yeah, it's still pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the best way to earn money is on other people suffering. And for people wondering, yes, that is sadly the truest thing. Is like people, the best way to earn money is sadly to make other people suffer. Which it isn't good, but it's just business.
All right, now you're just making it sound worse.
Oh, I'm gonna make everything sound worse. I live in the basement of worseness.
Definitely make it sound like you're living in a basement.
I don't have a basement. I can't afford one.
Anyway. Try to scroll through this. Essentially, in the end, what is it?
I don't know. Where is it?
I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that she basically mentions in the document and everything, but also apparently she does admit that, yeah, there was some romantic deals with Red. So, and apparently they have been talking still about all that. So it's like, they are romantically involved. And you're just in there like, okay, so he didn't tell you any of this, and you two were both a couple, and he's managing you. And yeah, no. And pretty much, yeah, like JC said, it's like you're responsible for what a manager is doing. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of that. I don't know. She basically just tried to push all the blame onto him too. It's just like that's just that. Like you had a lot of that issue too,
Yeah, I think the issue is that people put too much on their managers when they have one, and so when something goes wrong, they blame the manager instead of actually just do shit.
Yeah. Hold on. Offload a lot of this crap I've gotten over the past little bit.
Like, it's too easy to blame those who manage your life instead of those that actually realize, like, yeah, I should be part of managing what I'm doing. So it's like, I can understand blaming them, but also its issue is like you've given them all responsibility instead of like putting in your own work. So like they are just doing basically what you've told them to do, which is everything. And then you have the issue where if someone is a douchebag and you've given them all power, yeah, that's on you because you decided that, hey, I don't want to work. Guys, just don't work. Let everyone else do the job for you.
Yeah.
Dirt.
I don't know.
Yeah. Guys, I want to sleep.
Well, you'll get there eventually. Alright. Other than that, though, I don't know. It's just mostly, getting all that pushed off. Also to note, since we mentioned gamer subs earlier. Because you mentioned it earlier. But yeah, Cinder's also a partial owner of gamer subs.
Life is going great for people, huh? Mm. But yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to say about this. Sinner did stupid shit. People just are weird. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm so fucking tired today.
Sorry, I went to go get food, and also I had people hanging out my door because they were trying to put stuff up to make it cooler in here. And I'm like, I'll get to that eventually. I have to do it right after this is over. But, you know, not much else to really say about it. It's just, you know, she's an asshole, he's an asshole,
Everyone's an
and it's
asshole.
being pretty much, and it's just being full on excommunicated at this point. Nobody wants to deal with that one anymore. Understandable.
I just don't want to deal with people, but you know.
You know the worst part? Before all this
What?
went down, the Gamer Subs thing and her, is that alright, but before all of that went down, I actually did get some V cards. The VTuber cards, the trading card game that they, you know, was started around there. Have yet to get it because it's a pre-order thing. But yeah, no, I did order some a while back.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, here's the thing. GamerSups is technically partnered with it and also can sell it through their store too. So that's a problem. And also, I'm pretty sure Cinder is in those cards.
Yeah, but I wonder if they're gonna have her in it now and
Yeah, the ones I'll get
No
will probably
one-
have it in there. So I'll just say this. Her cards might be going either trash or at the very least, never used.
it's a V card. Like stop thinking you're gonna play the game, okay?
It does have a game, to be fair. There is actual game thing. What I meant by used is more collection-wise. Like, if I wanted to collect for it, which at this point, probably not anymore. But
I mean, like the only reason to have it is for collection. That I don't see any other point.
And that's all I was gonna do. I was probably just gonna get like a binder with a bunch of sleeves and like the things I wanted to have in there, I'd put in there, like a one of a kind card kind of thing. But almost no point to that now.
Oh, you need to die. Ah, there's lava. I hear lava is bad for my back, and my health and everything.
Normally is, yeah. But yeah, no, that's basically all there is to that.
Yeah.
To add on to that, a little bit of things to mention. This is a side topic mainly because there's not really any info about it. But another VTuber who might be having some issues. We don't really know, but there's definitely seems to be issues. VTuber and also Team 4-Star co-founder Takahata 101, or Curtis or not, either way you want to call it. So that's, his actual name. So either way you would know him. Might also not be a good person. That's all I can say about it, because we don't have any info. I basically wrote down no information spoke about this, but essentially many female VTubers he's hung out with, because there's a lot of them that did, which you hang out with, is mentioning that they're cutting ties with him. I think there are a lot of male ones too, but I think mainly there's a lot of female ones specifically that I've heard that have said this. So there's a lot of them that are cutting ties with him completely. One of them, Alicia X Life, mentioned that she was told by another one about it. She called him to get some details, and afterwards she cut ties with him completely. So it's apparently it's like, Alicia uploaded a video, or uploaded a video that had him in it, and then she was contacted by somebody else about the situation, and then she decided to call him to get further info, and afterwards, just decided, full on ties completely, nothing in content, no friendship done, just completely cut off, saying that he crossed a line, and that was it. That's all we know. So yeah. So everyone who doesn't know at all of who that is, Takahata, but if you've seen Team 4-Star, if you've seen Dragon Ball Z Abridged, he played as Nappa, Cell, Slug, Dende, Guru, played a bunch of people. Also in Helsing Abridged, Alucard. So basically, that whole bit, that's him. He's apparently an asshole. But who knows? I say apparently, because with an emphasis, mostly because we don't have any info. They're just going off of a lot of other people's account. So yeah, not fun, not great. What stemmed this off though is that somebody basically was just like, it's like, oh, with all this Cinder stuff, I'm just kind of wondering. Hold on. Anyway, basically started with like, oh, with all this Cinder stuff, it's like, anyone heard from Taka? He hasn't posted anything recently. It's like, yeah, that's why. But no public info has been outed about why. They're keeping it all close to the chest, which, that's their business. If they want to do that, that's fine. But yeah. It's like, you don't have to have any info made public if you don't want it to be. So if you just want to straight up say, it's like, hey, I don't like this person anymore, no reason to give a reason. Just say like, I just don't want to deal with them anymore. That's it. That's basically what they all done.
Yeah, but which also is not that good.
I'm saying, if you have a lot of people who are saying that, it just goes to show, it's like, yeah, okay, there's something wrong with him then.
Yeah. I'm just skeptical to people.
Yeah, I will go ahead and say that obviously if he starts streaming again, because he hasn't since people started cutting ties with him. But if he starts doing that again, I'm not gonna watch anything from him. The only thing that I will watch that has him in it would be Team 4-Star stuff, because I can separate the actor and character in that case. So it's like, I can separate the fact of that, because I'm watching for TFS's sake, the rest of the people there, not for him. So it's like, yeah, I can at least watch that stuff and it's fine. his specific stuff, I'm ignoring until we know more information, and then I can really decide from there. But okay, back to kind of depression. I don't know how we feel about this one, because like more info has sort of come out about it. But so what is it? I don't know when I actually post this when this happened. But yeah, essentially V Shoujo essentially what is it? Ended the contract for Matara. So Matara Khan of V Shoujo, it's like, yeah, no, she's no longer a part of it. So
I do think they're still streaming though with the
yeah,
Matara.
no. Yeah. So the way that worked is just like, you know, it's just that she's no longer affiliated with them, but at the same time, it's like, you know, Matara is still her. So it's like, you know, it's not like I mentioned this beforehand. It's like, it's not like a, the way how Hololive or Niji Sanji or any of those people are. It's like, they don't do the whole idol culture. It's just more of like a manager or somebody to help them get their projects going, stuff like that. And that's all VShojo really is, like a talent agency. It's nothing else. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, one of the latest people joining was literally Amalie, and she's one of the most public people out there.
Yeah. You know, there's nothing wrong. I mean, with this, like, you know, this stuff happening, when, you know, them saying, I'll just say saying goodbye to her, it's like, really, I wouldn't say it as a bad thing. It's not necessarily like, oh, VShojo is doing something bad or Matara did something bad. It's like, no, it's more of like a mutual of, yeah, she's just gonna leave. Or, you know, that's just it. So it seems more in the sense that, like, from a lot of the wording from both her and them, is that they are the ones who decided it. But in the end, I think it became more of like a mutual understanding. It's like, okay, all right, it's fine.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like it was more like we're not compatible anymore. So it's like, even if they're good people, compatibility is still important. Like,
from what I've somewhat heard is that in a way it's like what is it? From something that I've heard is that apparently something possibly to do with merch or something, where there was another company that was helping with the merch and all of that, and it's like it seemed to like cause a lot of creative differences between them, to where like there was enough between Matara and VShojo, there was like enough creative differences and like decision making that like they couldn't agree on a bunch, so it just came to the point to where, like, you know what, we can't really keep doing this anymore. But it essentially has ended off with more of like a no hard feelings kind of situation. It's like, you know what?
yeah.
It's like, yeah, we can't really do this anymore, but it's fine. Just go on, I guess. Let's see.
No, I'm blind. I can't see.
I don't know, there's that. As of right now, she no longer is. It was at so they decided on March 6th. That's when they decided, and they recently, on April 28th, is when it was mentioned. And May 5th is when she actually parted ways. So now she no longer has anything related to them. But she has mentioned recently in a stream that she still plans to, you know, talk to everybody, still plans to do collabs and everything in the future. So, you know, nothing. The only thing that's really changed is that she's no longer of VShojo. She's still gonna deal with them though. You know, she's still gonna like try to be around everyone.
Yeah. For people wondering, VShojo is not as bad as it's not Niji Sanji, where they're gonna shame you for no reason.
Yeah. Speaking of Niji Sanji, that's our next bit. I don't know how to feel about this one. Ike Eveland graduating from Niji Sanji.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit weird in the sense that in most cases, unless like they did something really bad, in most cases, a lot of their content still stays on, like still stays on the stays on the channel for at least a little while, or maybe it'll just stay, like there won't be any future ones. All of his content and his channel has been deleted. Well, I think his channel's still there, just no content. It's gone. Like, just as soon as this was announced, gone. Everything's gone. It's like, oh shit, all right, that was it.
I don't know, because I think it's gone now, but I think I sent you it after that was announced about his why he's quitting.
Mm.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I mean, from this
I
note
am
that he
not
made,
trusting it.
yeah, from a lot of this note that he's made is apparently that he's had a lot of absences. He's not really been around lately, and he's not been able to really communicate very well. I guess between the company and whatever else. Let's see. I get like the way he's putting it out in this letter, which granted might have been fucking edited, so who knows, but in most cases
I'm
it's
not
just it's what it
trusting it.
seems like. He's just saying that he's not been around much lately, so he's not been around enough to keep working for Nijisanji, so he's just gonna leave, or like he's leaving because he's not been around very much, so it's like there's no point.
Yeah, which I can understand. That
I can
makes
understand
sense,
that bit. That part would make sense, but yeah, I don't know how to feel about that when it comes to him or this stuff specifically. Let me see if Niji
I
said anything
just
in their
have
post.
a problem with Nijisanji. I don't trust Nijisanji. Okay, that is where my issue lies. I don't know if what
Okay,
he's
so their
saying is
goodbye letter is
true.
apparently a nice letter. Like, there's no shaming in this one. It's just like saying, it's like, oh, hey, what is it? We can't thank
Probably
him
because I
enough for his
realized.
hard work and achievements as a library for these past 3 years. Wish him the best in next steps of his life. Stuff like that. So, like, they are being nice about it. But yeah, no, people were putting underneath that all of his content's just gone.
No.
That a day later, it's just gone. It's like, yep, nope, that's it. Which, granted, a lot of people don't really know how to feel about it, because it's like, even me, I'm like, I don't know how I'd feel about him leaving, mostly because it's just, he was also one of the people in the blank video that was basically shaming at the time Celine, now Doki. So it's like, yeah, it's like he was one of the people that was a part of that. And which
is
granted,
why I'm so skeptical of all this thing.
yeah, it's like, granted, also that could be in a sense also not entirely his fault, because
Yeah,
if we
I'm
recall,
100%
what I mentioned is that Nijisanji,
I
like,
think he lived in Japan.
yeah, no, but
That's the
I'm saying, like, when it comes down to that, it's like, to be fair, if he was in Japan on a work visa, then him saying, like, not agreeing with it can immediately get him fired and take his visa away, so he'd have to get deported. So it's like, he kind of had to agree to everything, even do shit that he didn't want to do because of it. So it's like, I would get that, but also it makes it unclear. So that's where the issue comes in. It's like, it makes it unclear as to whether he was being a jerk in that moment or he was being heavily coerced.
I don't think he even spoke that much in the video, so I feel like he didn't really. He was just probably forced to do it. Because it's like, yeah, no, it was too much. Like,
Yeah. I don't know.
and again, that is why I think it's so fishy that he is one of those that just randomly quit about a year, or actually almost a year after, or it's actually over a year ago.
Somewhere. But yeah, no, I don't know. It's just, I don't know how to feel when it comes down to it, but he's a little.
He was like, I feel like he always was one of the good ones. Anyways, like he wasn't
to
like
begin.
And then you have the video, but it's like, which I think is big. That's why they couldn't really trash talk him if he actually used to quit, because I feel like they would have been destroyed. They already got destroyed when they last year, and I don't think they have the money to deal with another controversy. So better play it nice and pretend everything is good. Also, I
Yeah.
have just learned that you can jump onto the roof of imperial houses. I'm now climbing the market
Neat.
district.
I don't know. There's not really much else to go on about that a little bit, but other than that, that is all of our main talk. Big left is going to be a very short one because I just want to get it out of the way. Is of our segment of what the fuck has Zol bought now?
Yeah, Sol buys too much shit. Can someone take his credit card? Take his cards?
Welcome back,
Just
Jason.
all of it? All his cards?
It's like, yeah, what the fuck is Zol bought now? So in this case, it's a phone because I need to upgrade my phone, and I had a Galaxy S20 FE, so almost 5 years old, and gonna give Zol a link. He's gonna hate me. Oh no. The phone I bought is a ZTE Red Magic 10 Pro. So some people may have heard of the phone. A lot of people haven't, but it's kind of a phone that you really can't get unless you order from their website. It is on Amazon, but in most cases, it's like, you kind of have to buy it off their website. Very powerful phone for only $700. Is how much I paid for it. Well, I'm financing it, so don't worry, I didn't pay it in full. But, yeah, it's a very, very good phone. Much cheaper because a phone around like somewhere around this specs would be roughly like $1,500 from say Samsung or Google. So, yeah, no, I'm definitely winning out in this case. I'll just go and give the nerd specs. So I'll give you that real quick. Snapdragon 8 Elite, so newest Snapdragon in a sense. Octa-core, didn't even know that. It's a fucking 8-core. Let's see. 4.3 gigahertz. Cool story. The battery is... Okay, I want to say this right now. The battery is 7,050 milliampere hour. This battery, I don't know what the fuck they did with this thing, but Jesus, it's like fucking like witchcraft. Like, it lasts very long. I could basically be playing a game and like I'd be playing a game, max brightness, and be playing it for like an hour or two, and it barely goes down. Like, I don't know, it barely does anything. I could be doing a bunch of stuff on my phone, it barely goes down. It go down like 10, 20% maybe. And that could be for like a couple of hours. Basically, a full charge for me, even using it consistently, lasts almost a whole day. And then charging it can go from almost, I'd say 15% to 100% can take maybe 30 minutes. I don't know what they did to this phone, but damn. It goes really fast. Like, it is like, holy shit. It lasts for quite a while. I got the 256 gig variant, which comes with 12 gigs of RAM. That's a lot of RAM for a phone. And apparently it even has emulated storage, so 12 extra. I don't know how that works, but yeah. Also, oddly enough, this phone has a cooling fan in it. It has a legitimate cooling fan built into the phone, which is probably actually needed for when it charges, because when you do plug it up and it's charging, it does get hot, like, pretty quickly. So the fan is really necessary for that. But other than that, yeah, no. Works pretty great. It's a slight adjustment going from Samsung to this. The only thing I'm having an issue with this phone is that, but the feature where if you screenshot something and you can, like, it's called scroll capture on this, but basically take long screenshots, it doesn't work on here for some reason. No one else has been saying anything about that, so I don't know what it's about, but otherwise, yeah, no.
Are you having your special moment where only you have this issue?
Yeah. Apparently I'm having the issue. I can't find anyone else with this issue. But yeah, when I press it, it doesn't take a long screenshot. It takes a normal screenshot, and then my screen is actually scrolled. So it does scroll it, it just does not take the screenshot correctly. I don't know why it does that. I don't know. Camera's really good. The back camera, anyway. The front camera sucks, but I'm okay with that. I never use it. Back camera's really good. The color on the screen is fucking amazing.
When it comes to the cameras, I rarely see a good front camera. Like, I feel like mostly That's where you see people take picture in a mirror over over the other thing, like with the front cam, then the front camera. Because I think it's just like it's often superior.
Yeah. This one of other things is like, yeah, the front camera is behind the display, so there's no notch. It's just under the display, so that's kind of cool. Let's see. Things about it. It has 144 hertz refresh rate, so that's crazy for a phone. And like I said, having that on still does not drain the battery all that much. It has you can basically unlock the screen with your face, so it's got that. Interesting. It has a headphone jack. A fucking phone in 2025 has a headphone jack. Why can't anyone else do this? Why can't anyone else do this? iPhones don't do that anymore. Androids don't do that anymore. What the fuck?
I have a headphone jack in my phone.
Yeah, but is it a new phone when they came out this year?
I don't know if it came out this year, but it's definitely a newer phone.
Well, most phones don't have it. It's like, like I said, Samsung phones, iPhones, Google phones, none of those have them.
I mean, I have a Sony, so I'm.
That might be different. That might be different. But yeah, no. In any other case, like they usually don't have a headphone jack. It's usually just USB-C, and that's it.
It's because they thought like people only want wireless. It's like no.
But even then, it's like people will be like, oh, you could just get like a headphone jack to USB-C adapter, or headphones that literally just have a USB-C plug on it. It's like, just plug that in, you're good to go. Or use Bluetooth. Like everyone wants to use that nowadays. Like, not me. I love that I did this as a headphone jack. It's nice. Let's see.
And if you're having issues with like a like barely half a meter of a cable being in the way, maybe you are the issue, not the cable.
Pretty much. Yeah, no. So what is it? I mean, I don't know. I just like I prefer having just the direct connection. I have a fucking adapters in order to get the connection. It's like I prefer just to have it direct in this case. So it just works out that way. Speakers are really fucking good on here. I don't know how. I don't know. It's just those are really good. It's Android 15, so it's a little limiting, and also lost 32-bit support on apps, which basically just means old apps don't work anymore. Like a lot of the older apps, they don't work. That part sucks.
Wasn't it that you wanted an old app and realized that it didn't work?
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
I broke my leg again. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, there was some older games that I wanted to play. It's like, oh, that's not supported anymore. No shit. But I guess in terms of performance, what I could say is that it could play PlayStation 2, GameCube games really well. Switch, no, but not because of the performance. But when it comes to like the Switch and 3DS games on phones, is that you need a oh wow, we basically ended our ads almost at the same time, 3 minutes apart. But
yeah, again, mine ended and yours started basically.
Oh no, both of ours finished at the same time.
No, mine is older.
I think. No. Well, I'm at like 3 minutes, so like it technically is correct then, yeah. Oh no, it's 3 minutes apart. Anyway, point is, what else? Don't think anything else but this one. Yeah. So the problem about like Switch and 3DS games on Android is that it requires like certain custom drivers in order for it to work properly. No one has made any for the 8 Elite yet, so yeah, a lot of games don't run very well, but that's just because of driver problems. So there's that. Other than that, that's it. So yeah, my what I bought this time, I bought a phone. Like I said, $700 phone, but it's being financed because it's my main phone now, and it works really good. Very happy with it. Yeah. It's getting to the point where I can actually play on a fucking phone. I'm actually kind of happy about it. Goes very well.
When are you doing Withering Waves on your?
I'm gonna be honest. Wait, on my phone or what do you mean?
Yeah, on your phone. You know the 60 gigabyte fucking.
I don't know if it's that much on there. But
No, I think it's 60 gigabyte on the phone. I'm not
I'm
kidding.
gonna look into that
Remember?
actually. I know too.
Actually, I can look it up. I think I have it installed on my phone.
Okay, go ahead. I was about to say, 'cause I
Play
have no idea,
Store.
but I mean, I wouldn't mind actually checking. But because I'll say this, I don't know whether I was gonna play on my phone just because it's mobile and I could just do that, portable, or if I wanted to
Um,
play whatchamacallit.
okay, let's see here. Manage. Sort by size. Oh, Sendless Zero. Oh no, what? Veering Waves is. Sendless Zero is the one with lots of space. It's
Oh.
30 gigabytes on
What?
the phone.
Jeez, how much is Waves?
1.8, but I wonder if it's because I've not installed shit on it yet.
Maybe, I don't know, because I mean, Wuthering Waves now has a Steam version, so I'm not actually sure whether I want to just play on it on that or on
I played on Epic.
Yeah, it has a Steam version, so it's like I don't know if I want to play on a PC or play it through mobile, just because it's a way to play it that way. Mostly because I just figured why not just try it out, and also because it's a heavy game to really stress test the phone. So, there's that. Like that would be reasons to play it. I don't usually care for gacha games. I don't really care for them.
Here it is. Download full resources or download basic resources. It's 20 gigabytes.
Yeah, well, what can you expect anymore?
Not 20 gigabytes on a fucking phone.
I mean, look, games are getting pretty crazy. So, I mean, like I said, what can you expect anymore? And besides, some phones can handle that.
I can actually have space on my phone.
Like I said,
From
some games can. I mean, some phones can handle that. I mean, mine, like I have 256 gigs of storage. I can clear some shit out, and there you go, no problem. Doesn't bother me any.
I mean,
because most of my space right now is mainly just games now.
Same.
No, it's like 120 gigs is stuff I can't clear. That's actual like music, photos, videos, stuff like that.
Guys, I can't clear this. Like, can you save it somewhere else? No, it needs to be specifically. Sol is one of those guys that doesn't actually fuck a remote shit and then have it for like 200 years. And then he's like, I don't have space. Like, you could delete some stuff. And it's like, nah, too much work. I remember when he had like 500 videos on a hard drive, and then
that's all different.
Never had space.
It's a little different.
Yeah, you could have edited them and then made space.
A little different.
You know?
Yeah, but I mean, those were old enough to the point where it's like, they're pretty fucking boring.
Then delete them.
I don't know how I felt about it. It was a tough situation. Look, it's not that easy for a lot of people to just be like, well, I don't know if I want to do this, so you know what, just fucking it's out, it's gone. Like, there's still attachment to it, and it's still a whole, like, do you feel like you've wasted your time throughout the whole thing?
I mean, I have wasted my time many times.
Yeah, but a lot of people, for a lot of people, it's like, it's like, oh, if you just waste your time, it's whatever. But it's like, well, it's time wasted, time went by, blah blah blah. Me, it's a whole different situation. It's like, if I waste time, I fucking hate it. I hate wasting any second on almost anything. Time needs to be used accurately. Or I hate it. Can't stand that shit.
Guys, Sol hates time.
I hate time being wasted. At least on my time. Someone wastes their time, that's up to them. Depends on how they feel. Me, no, I don't like doing it.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I'm tired. I want to sleep. I've been sleeping all day again, so. Yeah.
Also, fun fact: the first time actually doing this, the first time during this whole stream while I'm playing this, I actually did something Pokemon related.
Oh
Because
my
most of the
god.
stream has been me inside, me at the zombie thing.
Yeah, I have had time closing like 3 or 4 Oblivion gates. I completed a few like I have done all the stuff I normally do. I just been
Hey, JC.
and now I'm just running on
I just saw JC flying by, so I just looked right at him. Here he comes.
Jason, stop playing Cobblemon. Go get a job.
There he
Go
is.
outside. Touch
Look at
grass.
him.
So Jason, when are you gonna break the game again? So Sol has to ban more stuff.
Right? Hey, sweet. When are you gonna hop on this again?
You see, I'm busy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm jumping on a roof in the market district.
Uh-huh. Sure.
No, I'm literally jumping on roofs in the
fuck?
market district.
No. I love how he basically just come over to try to pick me up as if it was like a gotcha moment. Like, haha, look, we can do this. Like, I know. I left it there on purpose.
Yeah, so we can't pick up village apparently.
Yeah, I did that because that's cheaty. Like that's you can basically cheat really high with that one.
Then just moving them with a fucking minecart or a...
Yeah, it doesn't matter about efficiency. It matters about like if it's gonna like upset the game balance, and it sure as fuck does if you could just take villagers wherever you want them to and create a huge ass trader hall just by picking them up. It's fine if you do that with like, you know, minecart or boat or whatever else. It's like, you know, if you find a way to do it that way, cool, go for it. Like, you know, that's part of the game. That's how the game works normally. I'm not gonna give you a cheaty way to do it though. I don't know. Anyway, that is probably gonna be.
Oh yeah, I also learned something that the Nurse Joy in Poké Center cannot be upgraded. They stay at the first level.
Also,
something about stealing one of the machines.
I'm good. I don't want one. You have it.
But there's always 2, so I'm like, I could steal one of them and then
me.
borrow a guy.
Also, where's JC real quick? I want to show him something.
Beat him up. Yeah, guys.
There he is.
As per usual.
Yeah, I should probably block. Yeah, well, if I'm able. Yeah, I know. Don't fucking do it. Jesus.
JC, don't do stuff that
Put it back.
will make Sol
Put it back.
think you... No, steal it. Rob it. Eat it. Chew on it.
I highly discourage stealing shit from the Poké Center when it comes to that thing. Well, why'd you break in the first place? You know, if you right-click it, it gives it back. No, I have it. Fucking hell.
Yeah, no. As I was gonna say before Sol started yelling at JC stealing stuff, which I'm not surprised he does. He has a tendency to steal stuff.
Also, JC,
stop
look at me.
Stuff. It's illegal.
JC. Hi.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Guys.
We're walking away. I want you to see something.
Don't look at him.
He won't let me see it. He won't come to look. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
It's ignoring me.
Guys, don't forget to go check us out on different places that we do stuff on. We should YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. That's all I have.
Also, because funny thing is, I can't actually pick him up because I'm banished. Anyway, but yeah, no. But check us out on all those places. I mean, for me, it's basically Zoltil VT everywhere except for Twitter. That's VTuber. Early mistakes. Don't worry about it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we know you're an early mistake.
I'm always a mistake. Not TV. I'm not Bella. No offense to Bella.
I think they didn't realize it themselves until, like, I don't know
No, I
if
think
they.
it was afterwards. I think it's understandable. I think it's because V2 was already a thing.
Yeah.
Like they already had an account. I think they made a whole new one. Like they had one already, then they made a second one. I didn't understand the point. I think it was like a password lost or something. I don't remember.
That one is good.
I don't know. But anyway, that's about that. So yeah,
No.
we're all good there. So
Yeah, I'm gonna be back tomorrow, probably.
I'm gonna be back at some point. I don't know. The thing is, I was actually supposed to do Red vs. Blue later, but I don't think I've gotten any hits on people wanting to. Cause
And also, you might be dead by that point if you.
it's actually got a lot cooler in here, to be fair. But I don't know. No one's really said
That's
anything.
good. I mean, at least you're not dying. Just, I mean, would be bad. Yeah, guys. I will be back tomorrow. Sol might be back later or tomorrow too, or she might not be back. It might just disappear from Earth.
Possibly.
You never know. Just gets kidnapped by aliens. Yeah. Save game. Oh shit. Save game.
I'll ask. At the very least, I'll probably just stop stream, just to, like give like a little bit of a break, and I can immediately start it back up later if need be. So it's no big deal. Let's see. Anybody currently a streaming?
Bella, Nugs.
Larry. Yeah.
There's a few people streaming right now.
Yeah, it's gonna get all the names so I can put it down. Zenith.
I'm gonna kidnap the name of Bella.
Coda. And also don't die.
I do what I fucking want.
So you
Why
want to
did
die.
you do- No, but I
You
do.
just said you should do, yeah, you're gonna do what you want, so.
Yeah. So just because you tell me not to, shut the fuck up,
No.
bitch. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna send you over to the great artist Bella and no, JC, go to bed. Let your parents find. That sounds weird. I'm just gonna.
You first. Yeah, you go to bed first, sweet.
Yeah, I'm about. But yeah, guys, I see you tomorrow. At some
Okay.
point. Bye.
I want to go ahead and spin my thy wheel here to figure out who is getting the raid. Nugs. Nugs is getting a raid. Alright. Playing Blueprints. Nice. Alright. Start raid. The JC's already over there. Who cares if he's playing a puzzle game? I don't give a shit. Gonna raid him anywhere. Then don't watch it. Go to Bella's stream. Go to Bella's stream with Sweets Party. Okay, then get your points, but put Nugs on 1% volume. You know, lurk in the background. Or just, I don't know, just say, you know, go into chat, so like, you know, hello, gonna lurk. Gonna lurk because I want to play this myself. But, I mean, you already said that anyway in the chat, but say it again. Anyway.